Every time you come here, you'll find new stories. Discover the patterns and colors that paint your soul. Awaken your spirit with our diversity of spiritual journey. Get over your favorite dish. There are endless cuisines out there. Fuel your adrenaline with our fearless spirit. Witness how art and culture freely express themselves. Embrace the moment here where joy is a way of life. This is a place where every sunset ignites a new sunrise of hope. This is Thailand, where travelers become storytellers. Your stories never end. Amazing Thailand.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the World Grand Prix #1, the Waterjet World Series, here at the Shinkahama Park in Osaka City, Japan. Today's event organized by the Asian Multi-Sports and Entertainment Company Limited. Joining me for the call this afternoon, my good friend and partner in crime, Dave Arnold.
Hey, Mike. Well, we had some good racing already. I know we got a lot of great stuff coming up with the endurance, but let's talk about what happened a little bit earlier. We had the veteran Ski GP out there. And of course, Jonathan Fan, he told me he had a big digger yesterday in that first moto or in the second, coming back and taking the win here. So he said he had to slow down and think about it, but it was Jonathan Fan with the win. Sugihiro Yamamoto takes second, and Tatsuya Yamaji takes third.
Well, we also had the Veterans Runabout Limited currently leading with 60 points in that class is Adapon Kunsa out of Thailand, sponsored by 77 Performance and Jumbo Tuner. Taking the second in that last race was boat number 14, Ivan Kavolsky out of Russia, sponsored by G4X Power Sports of Padia. And taking third, Matoki Todoko out of Japan, sponsored by the Do Speed Factory Racing Team.
And also we had the juniors out there, the 13 to 15 skis, the little micro missiles we like to call them over the years. And of course it was the 310 Shinosuke Sato, aka we like to call him Sugar, coming to us from Japan, racing for Force Racing on his Yamaha, of course. And then the 515 of Ty Smith from the USA, from Lake Havasu City, Arizona, for Smith Racing. And it was Ali Alil out of United Arab Emirates rounding out our podium.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dave, coming up next, we've got our Endurance Open. That's going to be the first one after the break here, and you can see all the riders hanging out right there behind their boats, as this will be a Le Mans start. They'll hear the horn, have to jump up. You can see the Endurance Open is coming up next. This is obviously moto number 1 for them. They're coming back again on Sunday. We got the Pro Ski Grand Prix, heat number 1. We're in heat racing here in a Pro Ski Grand Prix. 2 heats of that. Then we've got the Amateur Ski 4-stroke lights, and you can see what's happening here the rest of the afternoon. So let's take a look at the Endurance Open and who we got out there. Coming to us all the way from Australia, boat number 20 is Guy Greenland, sponsored by G Racing.
And then on the 77, coming to us from Cambodia, riding for Flamingo Jet Ski Team, it's Omat Saleh.
Also from Cambodia, boat number 3, Vansidan K.
And with a strong performance also, it's going to be Cambodia's Philin Saleh for the Flamingo Jet Ski Team.
Out of France, we got boat number 4, Francis Midori, sponsored by Easy Rider.
And riding number 21 is going to be Steve Sarnin from France, riding the Jet Racing 74.
We got boat number 88, Hugo Pastorello out of France, riding that factory Kawasaki for Pastello competition rather.
And also out of France, riding for Jet for a race, is Nicolas Chamond on the 951.
Boat number 2 out of France, we've got Vincent Thomas.
And then riding out of Japan on the NSPR on the J82 is Nakahiro Nagano.
Boat number 44, Okada Yuki out of Japan, sponsored by the Earth Factory.
And coming to us also from Japan, riding for Marine Mechanic, is Sadahira Makomi on the 81.
Boat number 65, also out of Japan, we got Tashui Arai, and he's sponsored by Marine Mechanic.
And I'm not seeing a number on this rider, but he's also out of Japan here. It's going to be Team Almaraz, and it's going to be Takeshi Shimakawan Kita.
Boat number 700, also out of Japan, Yuichi Amahara.
And then coming to us from Japan, also from Marine Mechanic, it's Hajime Hasai on the 87.
Out of Kuwait City, Kuwait, sponsored by the Kuwait Sea Sport Club, we've got Fahad Ahmad Al Reyes.
And we've got one of the fastest females that's going to be running the Endurance. I'll tell you, this lady knows how to put it down. It's Kylie Elmers on the 553 coming to us from New Zealand for Team Flamingo. And let me tell you, she's representing those Flamingos well.
That's right. Out of the Philippines, sponsored by Team Philippines Network, we got Sabino Zar Magliamat IV on boat number 78.
And also out of the Philippines on the number 26, riding for MB Racing Park Motorsports, it's Marcel Louis Busan.
And boat number 37 out of Russia, Aleski Chernuka, sponsored by the Chernuka team.
And also out of Russia, no numbers showing for him right now. We'll try and figure it out. But for G-Force Power Sports, Patia, it's Igor Forlez.
And boat number K5 out of South Korea, we got Jin Won Kim, sponsored by the Marine Mechanics of Korea.
And out of Thailand, riding for K45, Maxima Yamaha Team Pa, the 42 of Nadawinrat Kun Sangtam.
Boat number T951 out of Thailand. That is Tapatarawat Johannesant.
And riding number 10 out of the UAE, the United Emirates, riding for the Dubai Police, is Abdullah Al-Hamadi.
And straight out of the United States, sponsored by Factory Sea-Doo, that is Anthony Radetic on boat number 22. That rounds out your field, and you can take a look as the riders are getting ready here. Beautiful shot of the bleachers there in the background, and I'll tell you, they have done a great job. Again, today's event organized by the Asian Multi-Sports and Entertainment Company Limited. And, Dave, I'll tell you what, it looks just fantastic down here at this race site.
Oh, I'll tell you, the JJSBA has done such a incredible job getting this site set up here. Last year, it was just all part of it. Looks like one of our Russian riders there. But they have really stepped up the game this year. I'll tell you, it is fabulous here.
By the way, I'd like to say a special thanks. Also, we're partnering this weekend with the Japan Jet Sports Association. And thanks to our sponsors, including the Sports Authority of Thailand, Freedom Racing, the National Sports Development Fund of Thailand, Amazing Thailand, Thai Airways, Toad Tools, Jet Tribe. Of course, our manufacturer members, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Sea-Doo. Special thanks to the CZ Company, Bell Factory, ETS Racing Fuels. And, of course, the World Jet Sports Magazine, today's event sanctioned by the IJSBA. That's the International Jet Sports Boating Association. And there is Kylie Elmers and Terrapon. It looks like another Jet Tribe racer there. That's one of Kylie's teammates. But I thought I'd seen some flamingos there for a second. Yeah. But Kylie, we seen during the break, has a new wetsuit and combo package going on there that Tony Vo and the crew down at Jet Tribe made for her, and she looks pretty festive. Looks like she's racing in Hawaii.
I'll tell you, it's rather tropical, I'll say. That's for sure. But you can see all the competitors. The only competitor we're going to see, there's Kylie right there. You can see a nice custom. She says, you think that's wild, wait till you see her tour coat.
Yeah, right. She's got the flowers and the palm trees and the butterflies.
But to get back to what I was to say, the only one that's not going to be doing the Le Mans start is, of course, Anthony Radetic. Of course, Anthony is paralyzed from the waist down, and I'll tell you, that guy is fast. He could drive that machine.
Yeah, Anthony, a former chopper pilot with the United States Armed Forces. Glad to have him over here, and he always represents the United States in a very professional way. And I know that Sea-Doo is very glad to have him.
Yeah, great dude, and an honor to be calling our friend.
It looks like there has been a call to order down there online, and you can see as the riders are getting ready, Le Mans start. And for those of you folks that might be first-time listeners here, a Le Mans start means that they're standing back about 15 to 20 feet behind the jet ski. They'll hear an air horn. They'll have to run up on the jet ski, throw their lanyard in, and then take off. Now, this course here, Dave, it's about a mile and a quarter in length. From what I was taking a look at, it looks like they had 6 course markers out there. Pretty much like a big square, but then you have to have a little chicane there right before the point after they come down the front straightaway.
There's some obtuse corners, I like to say. You have to have a little bit of a course correction.
There you go. You got the Osaka City skyline there in the background. See a little bit of haze out there. Not too bad today, though. You can see the water is slick calm, so this is going to be a fast race. I mean, it's going to be 30 minutes plus a lap either way, but I mean, the boats are going to be a lot faster because there's no chop to slow them down.
Yeah, that's right. I know there's a little switch in the wind direction from yesterday. I understand it was a little bit choppier, a little bit rougher. The wind came from the other direction, and the water just laid down. So we're going to see some quick speeds out there with a little bit of a ripple. Always as boats getting out of the water, just the less contact with the water, but enough to keep that driving force forward. We're going to see some top speeds approaching 80-plus miles an hour.
Now, you know, we were used to seeing, I believe it was Bruno Pastorello out there riding for Factory Kawasaki. Now, it looks like Hugo Pastorello has kind of stepped into his shoes.
His dad, and him and his dad have been racing together for years, and I think, maybe he stepped back. Hugo, also we'll see him racing in stand-up. But really like a duck to water, doing really well in the endurance class racing for sure. But there are some notables out there. Of course, Kylie Elmers, you mentioned there, Anthony Radetic, Guy Greenland, coming all the way from Australia, a good friend of ours. But let's just call it out there. Omar Sally, super fast. Let's go down.
We've got some of our Japanese riders that we haven't seen yet, because most of the folks that we've seen were last year in either Thailand or Lake Havasu or in Poland.
Yeah, like Hajime Asai. And then also a couple of the Kuwaiti riders, Fahad Al-Hamares. He's a very quick rider there. And what about the Philippines? I'll tell you. And the Russian riders, man, I'll tell you. Those guys are coming out fighting, but I see you seeing a real guy. Usually he's got police lights on his vehicles.
Yeah, that's right. Abdullah Al-Amadi, who spends his time as a police officer over in Dubai. Tara Paterwat, T951.
Yeah.
Another very fast Thai rider, man. This could be anybody's race.
I've already seen a couple shout-outs for him there, too, the 951.
Yeah, he had a lot of fans in Thailand when we were over there at the big race in December. Our finals for the World Grand Prix last year. This is the first round, Dave, and I'll tell you what, it's a brand new ball game, and all the points have been taken off the board. It's a whole brand new setup. We've heard a whistle, and we're waiting on an air horn.
Oh, you can see they're all in their start position. There it is.
There we go. 65, I believe, was closest to us, and we are off and away. And
Kylie Elmers with a great jump out there in the 553, but she's got some fast riders next to her. And boy, look at all those boats out there. A lot of whitewater, Mike.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So it looks like we're actually doing 35 minutes plus a lap. As I take a look up here, if you take a look in the right-hand corner, you're going to have a clock yourself. It looks like Kylie Elmers with the hole shot. Once again, Kylie out of New Zealand, and
well, let's also talk about her, not just a rider, but one heck of a mechanic.
Oh, yeah. Well, and she's been racing forever, former women's runabout champion.
Oh, and look at this. I talked about him. Jimmy Asai, a Japanese rider. Looks like he's jumped out there with a fast run.
Yeah, that's Isahai, and you can see that's Chakoti Kacharun that was watching on there from the sidelines. We ran into him in the elevator today.
Jimmy Asai, there he is.
Jimmy Isahai. And I'm sure that he would like to keep the hardware home right here. He's from Japan, sponsored by Marine Mechanic. I see Midori make the turn right there on boat number 4.
And we'll try and get some numbers as they come by here. You can definitely see a lot of whitewater as these machines do push a lot of volume in these waters and a lot of jet wash and jet spray.
All right, you can see the gap right there between first and second place. Again, a lot of time in this big endurance race. This is they'll actually have 2 races this weekend, Dave. One today right here, and then they're going to have one on Sunday as well. So for all of you endurance fans, make sure that you check the World Grand Prix #1 website, and you can get the schedule to know exactly when they're on.
You can see the Kenzai district in the background there. There's a lot of ports and manufacturing going on as we see Jimmy come by there. And we can see, hopefully, second come around.
It looked like that might have been Pastorello, followed by Midori.
Yep.
And then there's Kylie back there in 4th on boat number 353. I'm looking for Radetic, too, because Radetic will be up there, I'm sure. Anthony Radetic out of Alabama, USA. So as we take a look out, you can see most of the riders headed toward the right-hand side of the course. Your race leader just off screen on the left-hand side of the course. That is your battle for second place right there that you see on your screen. Hugo Pastorello, boat number 88 on the Kawasaki. And here comes Francois Midori.
And you can see Hugo up in that position using his legs and shock absorbers. You can see Midori, you know, a little bit different riding style, but still, nevertheless, still fast.
Midori sponsored by Easy Rider out of France, and it looks like he takes a wider line. Look, he's going to find some clean water, and he's trying to reel in Pastorello by finding that clean water and not riding in his pump wash.
And, of course, Hugo, one of the factory Kawasaki riders out there. And there's his dad, Jean Bruno.
I'll tell you what, probably one of the best, if not the best, endurance rider of all time.
Many world titles under his belt there. There's Hugo, we were talking about him.
Picking up that Factory Cowie sponsorship. And speaking of Factory Cowie, you see Minoru Kanamori, the king down there, man. You talk about spinning wrenches. That guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, definitely wanted to help develop a lot of the runabouts for the Kawasaki program, as well as their stand-ups and the new X2s that came out, the new SXX.
Francois Midori still hanging out there in 3rd place as we have over 31 minutes left to go here in this endurance race.
A lot of people think, oh, they're just running around in circles. You don't realize the horsepower that these machines, the upper body strength and the leg strength. So you got to get up, you got to stand up, use your legs like shock absorbers. You sit the whole time. It does transfer a lot of that shock up through your spine. So you kind of want to also use your legs sometimes to push that boat back down or up to suck up for the waves. Luckily, it's smooth out there.
So right there, you see 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place all in our picture. Still Pastorello on the Kawasaki in 2nd. Meanwhile, Hajime Isahai out of Japan, way out in front right now. And
he's on a tear right now.
Yeah, exactly. He's not even in the shot. So he's just off the shot over there on the right-hand side of the screen. There's fourth place, Kylie Elmers. Kylie again out of New Zealand, sporting that new Jet Tribe wetsuit. Custom, baby, that's what it's all about.
But she is originally Australian that moved to New Zealand, became a Kiwi.
You can see Mr. Smith, one of our race fans.
And I saw Ty and Mom there, too.
Yeah, Ty taking a second a little earlier today. Again, special thanks to Quakey Sense. Quakey Sense back in the game here, and it was great to see Shuni Benia, a.k.a. Benny, down there this morning on our way up to the tower. And look at this battle right here shaping up.
Definitely, you can see the speeds right there. Trying to get a read on who that is. That's Kylie, and
I believe that's Hajime.
Hajime, there you go.
Isahai.
Or
check that. That's
Kylie Elmers
and Tadapa Terwat.
Yeah.
Tadapa Terwat moving into fourth place out of Thailand, and Kylie Elmer sliding back to second. There he is. Tadapa Terwat
back to fourth. That means Kylie's now moved into third place. Wow. Okay, yeah, so he did get by, and then Kylie went back to fifth. That was a error on the graphics there. We apologize. Well, you can see a little bit of fog sitting up, the moisture in the air. Definitely getting a little hard to see.
Yeah, from what we understand, there's supposed to be a lot of moisture in the air tomorrow, but let's talk about today because we've got a 10% chance of sunshine tomorrow.
That's right, and they're not going to worry about tomorrow because they did race on Sunday, which is going to be absolutely gorgeous. A lot of the riders said they're really looking forward to that. A little bit clearer. They've had a beautiful day yesterday. A little overcast, but still a great day today here for racing.
Once again, you're taking a look at the front straightaway here at beautiful Nishinkahama Park in Osaka, Japan. Site of the first round this year of the Waterjet World Series. And here we go, Midori now challenging Passarello, and he's got position on the inside. Let's see if he tries to take it away.
Oh, Passarello gets pushed a little wide there. And he's going to answer right back. I think a little bit as Midori scrubbed a little bit too much speed going that turn sharp, I think.
Yeah, forced Passarello a little bit wide. And you can see they're bond rail to bond rail. And then Midori has to hit the brakes and tuck back in under Passarello as they hit the top right-hand side of the track and now down the back straightaway.
Yeah, I think the key is being smooth and sweeping through those turns. Not so much, doing a coin. Look at this. Midori just found a turbo boost there. He just squeezed a little bit more. He moves into second place. Passarello back to third, but it's Hajime still out front, and he could be in danger as they start to creep up on him. But we got lap traffic. That could be a factor.
Yeah, lap traffic always a factor, especially when you get into these longer races. Still got over 27 minutes left to go in this one, Dave.
And a great shot as they come around here. That's the far right side turn as they come around. If we were to look at from the beach, coming around the left to right at this point.
So Midori working his way through the lappers. You can see him slicing and dicing through the lap traffic, trying to work his way back up to Hajime Isahai, who's still your current race leader on boat number J87. Passarello trying to keep them in his gun sights. Again, still a lot of time left to go in this one.
Yeah, there's a lot of time here, and it's about keeping these motors together. So it's, once again, it's Hajime, Francois Midori, Hugo Passarelli, and Terwat, and of course Kylie Elmer's in that fifth position.
Yeah, Tapa Terwat has been moving through the pack. Didn't have the greatest of starts on that T951, but he is really working his way, and he is headed toward third place. Passarello, that's who he's setting his gun sights next.
Yeah, I thought for sure on that start that he would be right up there battling with them, but it gets difficult when you got that many boats in that first turn right there. Everybody gets a little bit wider. You don't want to be in that jet wash too much.
Well, Tapa Terwat is a youngster, he's going to be coming on strong, especially toward the end. He's going to have that energy where some of these veteran riders may not.
And that's also talking about the veteran riders, too. You mentioned there, it's riding a little bit smarter. It's not lasting. This is an endurance race. You got to last. You got to have that same energy you started with, and you have to finish with. You also got to keep that motor together.
And you can see Francois Midori right there, boat number 4, working his way through the lap traffic. Sponsored by Easy Rider out of France. And you can see just how busy it is out there.
And you can definitely see Midori there trying to hold off some competition, that's for sure. Now it's going to get real interesting with all the lap riders out there, Mike. I tell you, that is going to be a big factor at this one.
It looks like a traffic jam out there, you know, a Friday 5 o'clock traffic jam on your way home from work, buddy.
Yeah, it definitely is busy as they get a great shot of it coming right at us back towards the beach here. Still rather calm, but, you know, that's just a little bit there. There's our leader once again, Jimmy Asahi.
Yeah, it looks like Midori's going to try to work to the, he's trying to get through the lap traffic to get up there to have the opportunity to challenge Hajime.
Maybe one more time, riding for Marine Mechanic out there. Name we're very familiar with over the years of runabout racing, that's for sure.
And you can see Hajime Isahai just disposing of the lap traffic. Very quick, great start. He was side by side with Kylie off of the start, man, and I'll tell you what, he just hit the afterburners. And looks like he's got a little bit of clean water out in front of him. Lapper's just out of the screen right here. And I'm not sure who that is. That might have been Radetich on boat number 22 that he just lapped. So Radetich may be having some problems out there.
Yeah, we can see it's getting a little bit rougher. You can see that boat coming out of the water there when he went up by Radetich there.
You can see it's starting to chop up a little bit. You know, when we first started this race, you know, it was slick calm out there. It looked like a pond out there. And then, but you put about 30 of these wide-body boats out there, and you're all going 80 mile an hour plus, and this is what you're going to get.
Definitely going to change the sea state out there for a fact, and it is now. Luckily, the wind has stayed rather calm right now. That one keeps the roughness, or at least the chop down. The only chop being created by the boats, like you said, 30 of them out there. And let's take a look right now at, I'm trying to get a read on these numbers. It's a long shot for these lenses. A little bit of moisture. Oh!
Is that Pastorello?
Pastorello with a little bit of problem. Did he pull his lanyard or the boat died?
It looked like he had an issue either way. A tough break there for Hugo Pastorello. Still sitting in that third place position. But he better watch out because Tapaterawatt is coming up fast.
Yeah, that's mistakes you do not need to make during this race here. I mean, we're coming up down 22 minutes, and there was a problem in throwing the goggles. That's not something you want to see. You don't want to go by and get a face full of that. You see him keep turning his head. You'll see him drop his head. He'll try to, use it sideways so he's not getting it right in the face.
Right. He's got over 22 minutes left to go in this, and that's a long time to be out there without goggles. So that we'll see if that hinders his performance out there. Currently sitting in third place. We'll see if he can hold on to it and hold off the charges being made by Tapaterawatt.
Sometimes what happens if you get hit in the water, the face just right, or that's maybe what happened. The lens will pop out a little bit, and then it really causes problems. That's my opinion of why he may have pitched those. Right.
Yeah. You're starting to fog up. You can't see. And the yellow flags are out. Looks like we got a couple riders, or one rider that came off of his boat. Look at the separation between him and the boat. Wow.
That was some serious speed and some G-forces that took him for a ride.
I'm telling you, you can't really tell if you're watching in at home that these boats are going 80-plus mile an hour. But when you get pitched off a boat going 80 mile an hour, there is going to be a certain degree of separation.
And you're going to be pulling 3 to 4 Gs around some of these corners. It's no joke out there. That's the number 18, is it? Trying to get a number read here. That could be a couple of riders that did not have numbers for us. Yeah, it might have been.
As the fans look on here. Oh, well, we won't speculate, but we didn't have that number on our sheets right here. So.
Well, now we're taking a look again at our leader. He's on the left side of the track coming around.
And that's Hajime Isahai, followed by 4 Midori. Pastorello still in third, T951. Tapaterawatt, and then 553. Kylie Elmer still your top 5. So no lead swap in the last couple laps, Dave.
It's getting rather consistent, especially with the lap traffic out there. And I'm really surprised that Hugo Pastorello taking his goggles out, still holding on to third place, especially with all the lap traffic out there. You're going to cause a lot. You're going to get a lot of water in the face there, I'll tell you. Now, endurance racing is a whole breed of racers that are different than closed course racing. It isn't a closed course, a little bit modified around our closed course, but endurance. One, you have to work on your personal endurance. One, the endurance of the boat. You got to keep it together. You got to ride smart. You don't want to keep that thing clamped the entire time. But you also can't back off too much to unfortunately get somebody to pass you either.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm taking a look at the live feed right now. Tapa Terawatt has a ton of fans, and I guess his nickname may be Opal.
Opal?
Yeah, so Opal currently in that fourth place position. Doing a great job out there, and I'm sure that we're going to see him in some other classes also this weekend.
Yeah, Matt Chalk, that young man's going to be going far for sure. Very talented young rider out of Thailand. And you can see Pastorello right there. He looks over his shoulder as the number 4, Midori. Wow, did he just get by Midori?
Yeah, and it looks like, yeah, they're battling again. Bond rail to bond rail. Here we go. Here we go. And Midori on the inside. He'll use that position and push Pastorello to the window, to the wall.
Yeah, I tell you, Midori looks over and sees he does not have goggles. He may give him a little bit of wash down there. That's just a strategy. That's one of these riders, they do. You got to think smart when you're racing out there.
Right, you crank the bars real hard and and then gas it.
Just like when you're out there with your buddies playing around, they're trying to wash them down. As you can see, Jean Bruno, Pastorello.
Yeah, and the factory, a lot of the factory Cowie guys hanging out there. And Hajime Isahai just working his way through lap traffics, and it's rough.
So you got to wonder, with France and Midori being from France, and of course Hugo Pastorello being from France, they probably ride together, play together. So they may know some little tricks on each other there. And I know he's got to look over and see he doesn't have goggles in there. We go back on board with our leader out front there, Jimmy Isahai. Jimmy, though, we talked about it earlier before the show started. But he is a fast rider, and that's one to watch.
Oh yeah, Hajime faster than the bullet train.
There's Midori one more time, and Pastorello a little bit on the outside again. Look at this, another challenge.
I believe he's getting past the lap rider
it's
there.
Lap rider, you're right. Hard to see.
Yeah, for those of you folks that are watching it at home, we're seeing the same thing that you're seeing. And it is, like I say, we have an overcast day and the fog's starting to build a little bit.
A lot of moisture in the air for sure.
Jimmy, Francois, Hugo, Tapa Terawatt, and Kylie still 1 through 5. No lead swapping.
Now, Mike, let's also talk about with the motors in these machines. When you have humid, heavy air, it really hinders, even though they're fuel injected, it's still, you have to kind of play with how much gas it's getting there and how much air. Versus the dry, warm air, you're going to produce more horsepower that way. This is harder to get horsepower out of this moist air.
Yeah, you were talking about the humidity a little bit earlier today as we go back on board with our leader there, Hajime Isahai. Just under 17 minutes to go here from Nishinkohama Park. This is Moto number 1 here for our endurance riders. Moto number 2 will be held on Sunday.
Halfway sign, the courtesy markers come out here. As our leader goes by, Midori is going to see him. There's Pastorello. But a lot of lap riders in between. Pastorello has dropped back quite a bit, Mike.
And this is, besides like Long Beach to Catalina and those ones there, this is the longest timed endurance race that I think that we've seen here.
And yeah, for this one it is. The only thing that's a little bit longer is the Marcon Memorial 300.
Right.
It's held in Lake Havasu every February. Pastorello, Jean Bruno has been a winner 4 times, I believe, and I think his son and him have won together also.
So you can see him 4 wide coming down the left-hand side of the track as we view it here from these beautiful grandstands. That's your race leader right there.
And Midori is getting a little bit closer, Mike. So Midori's starting to creep up.
Oh, yeah, Midori. There's first and second right there. moving left to right as we view it here on the screen.
I do believe that lap traffic has slowed down Hajime just a little bit. Midori able to negotiate a little bit faster through the lap traffic. He's me feeling the pressure. Now look at this gap back to Pastorello. Let's wait for it. Where is Pastorello now?
I believe that was Pastorello that just went by. Uh-oh. And we got a rider off the boat. Two riders. Number 44 off the boat as well, Dave.
Looking for the number here. The 44, Mike, is going to be Hakari Yuki.
So tough break there for Okada Yuki out of Japan, sponsored by the Earth Factory.
And trying to get a read on the number 5 boat. The Kawasaki is another rider that went down.
That might be Takeshi Shimawada.
It's the only one we don't have a number 4 and we don't have a number 5, so process elimination.
There we go.
But look at the battle between first and second. That is literally the battle for first there with Hajime and Francois Midori in chase mode right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Midori's got a pole in the water, and he's slowly reeling in Hajime Isahai as we take a look at Isahai.
Isahai, let's see if he's going to get a little look and see where Midori is. I know he probably can feel the pressure, but it's hard to tell with a lot of lap riders out there where second is, who's breathing down your neck at that time. But every once in a while, you'll see him get every turn. He'll try and get a little bit of a look over to see where he's at.
And the top two have pretty much put a little bit of breathing room in between them and third, fourth, and fifth place, which is third is Hugo Pastorello, top of Terawat, Joa Hansen, and Kylie Elmer's still in that fifth place position with just under 14 minutes to go.
Of course, Kylie, the only female racer out there, and I'll tell you, running in fifth place is so impressive. It looks like somebody's on the hook coming in here.
Yeah, that was boat number 44 that went down on that last time, Okada Yuki.
Very dejected rider. It must have been mechanical. Heartbreaking, that Yamaha FX. Kind of liking that white boat.
Yeah, well, you know, it's always tough to come in on the gaff, you know, especially it's moto number 1. It's a lot different than practice or,
yes,
you know, a qualifier. But, yeah, this is the first moto, and only 2 of them here for the endurance class.
For some of our closed course races, we have 3 and 4 motos that will do it. Now, I know, like Pro Ski GP, we normally would have 4, but we're going to have so many racers. We're going to have heat races, which are going to be coming up here a little bit later.
Yeah, actually, right after this race here, we got a couple of Pro Ski Grand Prix, where we're going to be qualifying the top 8 in both of those heat races. So stick around, folks. We've got a lot of great racing action coming to you from Nishinkohama Park here at the World Grand Prix number 1 Waterjet World Series.
As the clock continues to tick down, we're just coming up on 12 and a half minutes to go here, plus 1 lap. Jimmy out front, Francois Midori in second place, and Hugo Pastorello is in that third place. So we can see now the gap there. It looks like Jimmy's gapped Midori just a little bit more. Now let's see if we can see the gap there and try and find Hugo Pastorello.
Well, Pastorello, again, being challenged by Tapa Terawat, a.k.a. Opal, on the T951. As you see your 2 race leaders coming on that left side right now. About 5 seconds in between them, 12 minutes left in the race.
And a lapper, he's getting a little bit wide. Midori, he likes that inside lane. He's going to take it to the inside, get by that lapper, and a great run. He's been so quick. Problem is, I've noticed he has tendency to shave a little too much speed, going a little too tight in the corners. I think we got a little bit more sweeping power out there. That thing does handle well. That thing is on rails.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could see the G's when he hit that corner right there.
And that's what I was talking about. You need that core strength there to hold on there. You're gripping with your legs, you're gripping with your arms, and you're holding on for dear life.
Right. Well, you know, and it's gotten a little bit rougher, too. So who knows? You could catch an edge. Anything could happen out there. But like you said, I'm with the strategy. I would go a little bit wide. Go a little bit wider and, then try to carry my speed.
Yeah, less stress on your body, too.
Exactly. Hajime Isahai from Japan, currently in first place. Second place out of France, Francois Midori. Third place right now, also out of France, Hugo Pastorello.
Tapa Terawat trying to get up with Hugo Pastorello. Kylie Elmer still running back in that 5th position, pretty strong there, as a lot of these riders are lappers that these leaders are making their way through. Definitely causing some issues. You can see the white water. When you get a lot of white water, it's getting bubbles. You don't get the drive, you don't get the power, so you want to stay out of the white water. Make your own lane.
Isahai has to go a little wide because of a lap rider, and you can see 1 and 2 now working left to right. Isahai back into some lap traffic over here on the right-hand side of the track as they head perpendicular to the shoreline here and out toward the airport bridge.
That's the bridge that takes you onto the Kenzai Airport there. One of 2 airports in the Osaka area. By the way, the World Expo going on in Osaka here for 2025. A lot of people in town, a lot of folks, a lot of events going on top of the World Grand Prix #1 happening right here in Osaka.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff to do. You ever get a chance, I'll tell you what, man. And these people basically, they roll out the red carpet for you. This is my first time to Japan, and I've had nothing but an amazing time since I've been here, and just some amazing people. Food is great. Everything's fun. And plus, we've got that great shopping center, that Rinku Shopping Center right there by the
outlet malls there.
Oh, yeah,
Rinko
beautiful.
Station.
As we take a look back with our leader, Hajime Isahai.
Now, Isahai has the same style seat that Kylie Elmer's runs. You're tight, you're sucked into it. Or if you look like a Hugo Pastorello, it's a little bit longer, more of a factory-style seat, which stands up a lot more. Some are tucked in there, and there's Hugo.
Yeah.
There's the seat that I was talking about. Hugo's like his dad. They tend to stand up, using their legs, like riders like Dustin Farthing was, known, Chris McCluggage, Victor Sheldon, a lot of those racers over the years.
Yeah, I'll tell you, runabouts ain't just for sitting anymore.
No,
they're 8:49 left on the clock as time starts to tick away. 35 minutes plus a lap. Now, you know that these guys and gals are getting tired out there. But, I always said, with the endurance racing, it kind of takes 3 different things, for you to win the race. First off, your boat's got to be able to hold together. Second off, you've got to be physically able to go out there and ride full speed for 35 minutes. And third, and I think which is most important, is you've got to have the mental capacity.
Yes.
Because you kind of get in a groove. And
focus.
and you lose your focus. You're just like, okay, I got to turn here, I got to turn here. You're not thinking about anything else. You're just thinking about, okay, I just got to get through this. But you really got to keep that mental focus, especially right about now.
I have not done any endurance racing on skis, but I've done GPs and motorcycles. And one of the things that always, you can't worry about the time, how long you've been out there. You just got to keep going. You race till you see the checkered flag. Don't get excited when you see that white flag, because it's not over yet. You got to race to that checkered flag. And that's why you got to keep that mental acuteness there that you talked about.
And we're taking a look at Midori. Midori taking a look behind him, trying to find out where Pastorello is. And Pastorello's still in third. Midori still in second, with Hajime Isahai leading the way here in Moto #1, race #1 of our Endurance Open class.
Yeah, I got to wonder if Hugo Pastorello wouldn't have been up there battling with Francois Midori if he hadn't pitched his goggles there. You got to wonder the questions there, and I'm sure everybody's thinking the same thing I am.
Well, again, consistency builds championships. As long as you're in the top 5, you still got a shot. For the overall, because again, you're only going 2 races.
I mean, Mike, how many times have we seen it here? The guy kills it in Moto #1, Moto #2 isn't in the back. Things can happen.
Right, or you have an engine failure, something crazy.
Or
we've seen that.
Wake wrong.
We've seen that in Thailand this year. Where we had like 5-6 different lead swaps on that. I believe it was the last moto in Thailand.
Yes,
yep.
That's right.
But Isahai looking to go wire to wire here, grab the hole shot and hasn't looked back since. But he has had Midori right there knocking at his back door.
Yeah, that's one thing. He cannot rest on his laurels now. He has to keep that drive forward. No time to back off.
It's Pastorello.
Yeah, Pastorello. You see him standing. That's a great giveaway when you see his style.
Yeah, it looked like he was kind of holding his left arm there for a second. Oh, check that. That was probably a lap rider, because that's
5-1. That's I believe Terapatoa. Yeah. Yeah, he just went by him and he was standing still, so I knew that had to be a lap rider there.
Yeah, Tapa Tarawat with a pole in the water, trying to reel in the top 3. 6 minutes left to go. Yeah. See, you can see he's holding his left arm, and it looked like he was favoring his left arm a little bit.
I don't know if that was Pastorello now. It might be another Cowie. We're looking at it here. Same style. He stands up like Hugo.
Isahai trying to extend that lead on Midori. As you can see him take a look around, and that's a good time to take a look around when you got a 90 to 180 degree turn. That's the best time to take a look. You know, you'd never want to go down a front straightaway and turn all the way behind you, because the race ain't behind you. The race is in front of you.
I know we've seen that before. We always say that's up. He's done. That's the look of death.
Yep,
when you look back.
Exactly. That means I'm getting tired.
Yeah. You're thinking, when is this over? Am I far enough? Am I going to win? When you get into your head, that's a problem.
All right, we're looking at the J87, Hajime Isahai, working right to left down that back section of the course. And now he'll make the turn, head back in toward the shoreline. Got a back marker in front of him. He'll go to the inside and find some clean water.
Boy, the 951s are still flowing on the Facebook feed here as people are watching.
I'll tell you what, he must be a social media star. Top of
right.
Terawatt. Opal.
Here's the star right now, Hajime Isahai. Jamie, I'll tell you, he is on a tear for sure as he works by a little bit more lap traffic. That was Kylie Elmers. That's 5th place he just lapped up to.
Yeah, he just lapped all the way up to 5th place. Yeah. He's riding a great race right now.
I don't know if that could have been Hugo then we saw pass, but Hugo's still in front in that 3rd position. So a couple different Cowies out there. I do see a yellow flag for a couple riders that had some problems there. Not a problem for our leader, though. That's for sure. Hajime Isahai.
Looked like they were having a Starbucks moment out there.
Right.
They found Wi-Fi. They found the signal.
They found the Wi-Fi finally. I've been looking for it here in Osaka.
Hajime Isahai looking to go wire to wire. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left to go in this one, folks. And stick around. Don't forget, we've got the Pro Ski Grand Prix. 2 heat races that are coming up next.
And talk about starting the second half of the day with a bang, the endurance round 1 here, and then, of course, Pro Ski qualifying. Oh, my goodness, it's going to be insane.
Yeah, it looks like we've got racing till about 4:30 local time here. There's Francois Midori there.
Got a lap rider he's trying to work on right now.
Passarello still in 3rd place with Tapaterawatt in 4th. Kylie Elmers, who you just seen, she just got lapped, but she is in 5th place.
I think Francois getting a little tired. He looked a little sloppy going through there. This has got to be rough out there. There's a lot of force you're holding on to.
Well, I'll tell you what, 35 minutes, you're going to get spaghetti arms toward the end. There ain't no doubt about that.
It'd be like a Gumby, a little slab of clay at the end of this race.
And you can see race leader still Hajime Isahai. And it should be only a couple more laps before he gets the white flag.
And these guys have not slowed the pace down at all. As we see Hajime get by a couple more riders there. As you can see, Hajime Midori's back there.
They just said Midori was the leader on the graphic. I believe that is that's not true.
Yeah, that was Hajime coming through. You're right. And it looks like another rider hit the ejection button there.
Yeah, Midori's right there behind Hajime.
That's why I say when these guys get
tired. That was 22. That was Anthony Radetich.
Anthony. Oh.
Tough break there for Ant Rad.
Ant looks like he lost his seat there, too. They got him on the rescue. Oh, got to wonder. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, tough break there for Ant Rad, a.k.a. the A-Train out of Alabama, USA.
And a great run on the back now. We're taking a look at...
I believe that's Isahai right there.
That's Isahai, yeah. He is just literally glued to that ski. His elbows are still up. That's what I always look for. When the guy's elbows start to drop, you know they're getting tired. Isahai's been training.
Under a minute left to go.
That means he's got to get one more lap in before he sees that white flag. Sometimes you almost want to time it, so it's like, okay. Can I time it to that white flag? Nope.
Yeah. So it looks like he's probably going to have about 2 more laps to go, about a lap and 3/4 at this point. by the time he comes in comes around that next time, he should be right around that 0 mark.
I hope he makes it before the 0 mark. Otherwise, he's got to do a whole other lap.
And that was Midori that just came through on the bottom of your picture.
There's another lapper just went by. Trying to see if we can see Hugo Pastorello, our third-place rider. No, not. There's another lap rider as we're still following our leader on the back straight. I think it's going to be just timed right.
You know, this has been a battle of attrition. I mean, look how many riders we have left out there. I mean, there's only a handful of riders as compared to what we started with.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
Yeah, the white flag should be coming out.
I love how our Japanese announcer that's here is just having a good time out there. I tell you, she rocks.
Yeah, sounded really good.
Yeah, we worked a little bit with her last year. She's an awesome lady.
Hajime Isahai will get the white flag. One more lap to go for Hajime. And once again, Hajime Isahai out of Japan, sponsored by Marine Mechanic. So again, you know, you're looking at lap times that are hovering here, at least with the endurance, so we're right around a minute. You know, because he...
hair
right
under, I think, Regime, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
And like, see, I mean, you can see how rough it is. He is popping out of the water right now.
Well, they said the wind is supposed to build this afternoon, and that's going to make it real interesting for our next heat race coming up.
Well, we did have a chance to see a little bit of the chaos that went on during the practice for Pro Ski GP. I'll tell you, it is going to be a dogfight out there.
Yeah, we'll talk about it here in just a couple of moments, but I heard that first heat was stacked.
Yes.
As we go back on board with Hajime Isahai with only about a quarter of a lap left to go as he's up the top left-hand side of the track as we view it here from the grandstands.
Boy, we're going to see the rising sun definitely running up and down the beach here for Japan as their local boy, Hajime Isahai, looking to take the win here. For the first moto for endurance, Mike. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the arm come off already? And here he comes down the front straightaway, takes a look behind him. Yeah, you can tell that's one pumped young man right there. Congratulations, Hajime Isahai, winner of the Endurance Open, race number 1.
You can see he does not run a visor. Some riders do not run a visor because if you lift your head, it will lift up. Very smart. If you lose your goggles, that visor comes into play where you can block the water, too. It looks like Francois Midori is going to come across in second. Question in, where is Hugo Pastorello? As you can see, Marine Mechanic team is ready to celebrate here.
Oh, yeah. It's time to party at Marine Mechanic Racing. Congratulations, Hajime Isahai, your winner here in the Endurance Open.
Is he looking good in that new Jet Tribe career, too?
So once again, the checkered flag drops here in Osaka, Japan. Great place to be today, Nishinkohama Park. Alrighty, there's Midori, who took a second. Congratulations to the young French pilot as the helmet gets ready to come off. Again, coming up next will be our Pro Ski Grand Prix, heat number 1, followed by heat number 2. And Dave, we're going to transfer the top 8 out of both of those heat races right there.
Yeah, and I'm here in Pro Ski Grand Prix heat 1 is definitely stacked, my friend.
All right, we'll be back for that right after these messages from our sponsors.
Everyone has a dream destination that they wish to visit in their lifetime, where you can cross off your travel bucket list and becomes your unforgettable experience. Let your never-ending stories in Thailand inspire the world.
All right, welcome back to the World Grand Prix number 1 Waterjet World Series. You're watching round number 1 from the Shinkohama Park here in Osaka City, Japan. Dave, coming up next, we got the Pro Ski Grand Prix. We got 2 heat races, transferring the top 8. I understand this first one is pretty stacked.
Yeah, we were talking to Jimmy Wilson. He said he's in the second one with Kevin Rederer, but I'm hearing that we got some fast one.
There's Ryder Wildeboer.
Ryder Wildeboer, yep.
Yeah, he's going to be in this one. Ryder going to be on that Commander boat.
New boat for him this year. They switched this season to a new boat, new team. And let's see if we can identify some of them there.
But, you're going to have Jaden Richardson from Australia. Yep. He is also going to be in this one. You had some notes on Jaden a little bit earlier. And I know that the Samurai, Toshi Ohara, going to be in this one on the new Pro Force boat. And I know that you have a little information on that Pro Force boat as well.
Yeah, I understand it's a new 3.0R. They've added some more aerodynamics and some splash guards to the front and changed them up a little bit.
8-1 Racing online saying, let's go, Jaden. What's happening, 8-1 Racing? Hope you're enjoying the show.
Yeah, it looks like we got, let's see, I'm trying to find some of the pro stuff here.
All right, as we take a look down there, and you said Jaden Richardson. They call him now the Fierce Shark.
The Fierce Shark, yeah.
Okay.
As
we take
I'm
a look,
just going to call him Jaws.
Jaws. There you go.
Out of Australia, great white shark.
That was Mao Sato that you just took a look at right there on boat number 88.
And of course, you got Toshi the Samurai Ohara.
So we've got all the names here. There's Shakotit, or Shawolit Kasharun.
A legend in the watercraft racing world. Seeing the number 11 there. That's going to be one in there. That's going to be Rekuuchi Masoko out of Japan, riding for Unlimited.
Looks like he's pitted by Jaden Richardson right there, boat number 111. There's 888 rider Wildeboer. As these riders haven't got into the water yet.
Seeing the 99 is going to be in this one too, and that to look through. We got a lot of riders. We got to try and figure out who is who in this moto.
66. I seen Mizu Hidaka going to be in this first one.
Oh, Hidaka, we've seen him before. He's a World Finals competitor over the years.
Once again, top 8 will transfer immediately, and then we'll come back with an LCQ a little later on today, and we'll pick up our other 2 to fill the gate at 18.
Yeah, we're going to have 2 full courses, 8 out of each end, and unfortunately only 2 will come out of the LCQ. I see the number 40 there. That's going to be another boat, looks like, competing in this moto.
That's Anthony Bernal out of Belgium, which is going to be the second stop here of the World Grand Prix number 1 series.
He'll be on one of the Pro Forces.
All the fans getting their phones ready.
Yes.
Yeah, used to see him up there with cameras. Now everybody's got their phone up, and I believe that is our good friend.
Oh my
Abdullah Alfadel.
Yeah.
Abdullah Alfadel, yeah. There's Yukiko Kume coming down with a stand for somebody. As these riders are getting set to go, you can see them stretching out. I'll tell you, a lot of good ones in this first one. But again, you just got to make that top 8. You just got to worry about getting to the show. You don't got to worry about winning the battle. Worry about winning the war.
I see Kenji Takeda is going to be in this one too, the 73. See the 99 is going to be Yoshiki Hirosaka.
Lots of fast riders as our wanting crowd looks on here from Osaka, Japan. Everybody having a great time out there, and things starting to build out there, Dave. You know, we came in this morning, wasn't too many people here. But here this afternoon, it looks like we've already tripled in size from the amount of folks that were here this morning.
Well, the folks at home, we're going to be calling all the action here. If you're on Facebook, chime in.
Yeah,
Ask us a question. Give a shout out for your favorite rider.
Right, yeah, because we'd be more than happy to give you a shout out. We've got a couple different screens as we take a look at Kevin Redder, who's all smiles right now. Last year's World Grand Prix champion right there, getting pictures with all the kids.
A multi-time world champion, national champion.
Such a nice guy. I believe he's also riding Commander this year for Steve Webster and the crew.
Which great to see the Websters out here, Steve and Brittany.
I see Karis
and Ryder going to be racing.
Alrighty, so again, getting set to go here. This will be our first heat race of the day. As I take a look down here, 6 laps and both of these heat races here in the Pro Ski Grand Prix class. All right.
Yeah.
That's Yuki Kariyashi right there, hanging out with the kids.
Yeah, we did see Thailand this year with Benji.
Yeah, it's actually Yuki Kariyashi Francois.
The Benji Francois, right?
All right, well, the rider's told to go ahead, get in the water. As you can see, Jaden Richardson there, boat number 111. And he's our Australian rider who has been on fire, I guess, recently. I heard he is definitely one of the ones to watch out for.
Ryder Wildeboer on there from Hillary.
Toshi Ohara will be starting on the pole.
The Samurai. And look who's holding him there, Chris Hagist.
Hagfish. Yeah, Chris, the builder of those Pro Force boats.
And that is the new 3.0R. Now, I know over the years, Chris Hagan, he's worked for Hydrospace, he's worked for Kawasaki, and he developed and built his own hull now and develops them. Now, a little bit know, these are 50. They're running usually most of the Kawasaki motors on them. You can see a 2-minute hold there for Ryder Wildeboer.
Yeah, and they are in full-on panic mode out there.
I also saw a Bullet race machine, too, the Gawicki's, Rusty Gawicki.
Yeah, well, I've seen the Bullet truck back there, the Monster Energy Bullet truck. I believe it's one of our Japanese riders. So they're trying to get some fire to that engine compartment there.
No, I know they're past the 3.0 now, I believe, on the Bullet boat, too.
So Kenji Taki, also trying to get his boat fired up as all the riders are ready to go. Their boats are both on the beach. So a tough break there for Ryder and Taka.
And you see Shogo Ebihara. He's on the line also.
So you can see our officials making sure that they're only going 2 minutes. I believe Mo Lee going to be down there on the line too. If not this race, the next one.
Trying to keep an eye on
Steve Webster's, like, what's going on right now.
And Steve, definitely a master over the years with his dealership. He had a Yamaha dealership for years, and of course, also developer of the Commander Industries GP boat. You can see Ryder's brother Jet there standing. He's a great racer in his own right.
Yeah, Ryder. You could tell. You could see the concern from Ryder Wildeboer.
Definitely dejected. Too bad. Let's get Ryder and Terrace's boats down there. Let him ride another boat.
Graham Leach there in the background helping out, coming all the way from England. I believe he's been spending a lot of time in Lake Havasu.
Yes, he has. I've ran into the park a couple times.
All right, Ryder's told to get them boats fired back up. Once again, top 8 going to the show. 6 laps here in this heat race. Once again, Richardson on 111.
Kazoo Atari.
So he's pitted right beside.
Jaden, Fierce Shark, out of Oceania, Australia.
Well, here we go. We are off and away. It looks like boat number 91 with a great jump out there. That is Hideyoshi Yanai out of Japan, sponsored by the Auto Swap Factory Racing Team.
I tell you that red 91 reminiscent of JB Gasparone back in the day in Havasu in the old bullet boat. And it looks like we've got a good start so far. Not seeing any red flags here, Mike.
It looked like Hideyoshi on the inside. Yeah, that is boat number 91, Hideyoshi Yanai, out of Japan. So he'll have the whole shot on the inside. Let's take a look and see who's leading on the outside there.
Got some battles going on for sure, side-by-side action.
Oh, it looked like boat number 95 that grabbed the whole shot on the outside, and that's Kazu Hattori out of Japan, sponsored by the Unlimited Racing Team.
And it's going to be Hattori on the outside with the whole shot, it looks like.
So Hattori followed by Hideyoshi. As you can hear the roar of the big board down the front straightaway.
Not often we can call the big bore now that these things pushing up to 300 horsepower of these 1,500 cc's. Now let's just put it in perspective. The original Honda Civic had a 1,200 cc motor in it in a car?
Uh-huh.
And now these are 1,500 cc's in a unit that weighs 300 pounds.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Pushing 300 horsepower.
Pushing 300 horsepower and pushing over 60 mile per hour.
That's right. I'm going to say 70 in some of these now. Looks like the field is now stretched out a little bit here. Be able to give a few more positions as they come by here.
Again, like to say a special thanks to the Sport Authority of Thailand, Amazing Thailand, Thai Airways, the National Sports Development Fund of Thailand, Freedom Racing, Quakey Sense, and Tone Tools.
All right, good shot of our leader coming by there. Is that the 88? Looking at.
Yeah, it was boat number 88, Mao Sato, that they just showed.
Oh, Sato. Okay, I'll tell you, we saw it over there in the Kawasaki pits. He's a factory Kawasaki rider. Mao Sato. So it looks like Sato in the lead, and second was going to be, I believe, was Kazu, 95. We're going to try and get the running orders to go by there, but there is the 91 there again of Hideyoshi Yanai, the Japan Auto Swap Factory Racing.
Followed by 37, yeah, that's Toshi.
Tochi also races the paramutual boats here in Japan, little race boats. Like an outboard, you basically sit on a big piece of fiberglass, go fast. So I see the 91 there. That is, again, Hideyoshi Yanai. So we should see the leader now coming off the outside split coming around here. He's going to be making that left-hand turn any moment. So there's two guys here.
Not quite sure how we missed those.
Yeah, Mao Sato, followed by 81.
Oh, that's Shogo Ibahara.
Oh,
Shogo Ibahara currently sitting in second place unofficially.
But it's Mao Sato out front now on the 88 for sure there. So
we've got Mao, Shogo, Hideyoshi, and Toshi. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So Shadow, of course, when you see Minoru Kanamori almost bow to another rider, you know he's got to be good because that is King Kanamori. He did that to Mao Shadow. And I'll tell you, Mao is definitely a fast, legendary rider for sure. Shogo and then Hideyoshi. And, of course, our good little buddy Toshi. We watched him come up through as a junior. So as we take a look at the 88, our leader once again here.
Once again, if you're just tuning in, you're watching race number 30, which is a heat race here for the Pro Ski Grand Prix. Top 8 going to the show. 6-lap race. Your race leader is Mao Sato.
is Sato on a Hyperion there? Or was that a factory SXR? I got to get a better look at it when it goes by.
This is second place that you just took a look at. Shogo Ibahara, sponsored by Clever WCR. And that young lady right there is getting all the action.
He's definitely focused in on getting some good videos and photos, that's for sure. As we take a look again at the 81 of Shogo Ibahara. Watch him, he's got the white helmet with the orange stripe, but you gotta love that interesting, I like the wrap on it, but I gotta say the numbers are a little hard to read unless you get an easy, good shot at it.
Shout out to Rudy Del Pardo, who's watching it at home, letting us know that Hyperion currently running 1 and 2.
So Bio is on a Hyperion, and of course Shogo is saying it's on a Hyperion also. We couldn't get a look at it. We got in late last night, and we came right into the fire here.
That's right. And again, taking a look up there at...
yeah, Rudy, the Hyperion definitely the ski to have right now for sure. As you can see, they're already sitting first and second. And there's a good shot at it coming at you. You can see the 111 of Jaden Richardson.
Yeah, I believe Richardson's back there in the 5th spot out of Australia. The Fierce Shark. See, also picking up some Monster Energy sponsorship this year. And back out to second place, that's Shogo. Shogo got the striped boat, the orange and white striped boat out there.
Yeah, it's easy to see a white helmet with the orange goggle strap. Helps distinguish him. I'll tell you, Sato definitely has a good gap on him right now.
And third place should be coming into the screen anytime now, Hideyoshi Yanai. So you can see 1 and 2 have pretty much left the rest. There we go. There's third place, Hideyoshi. Toshi. Toshi's moved up into third. Hideyoshi back to fourth. Hideyoshi Yanai in fourth on 91. Toshi, the Samurai Ohara, boat number 37, into third.
And Toshi on he's one of the factory Pro Force riders.
I believe still got Jaden Richardson back there in the 5th spot.
Yeah, it looks like that's 21, was it? 31? 31. We've got a couple different sheets. We didn't get the breakdown between heat and 1 and 2, so we're using the master list to try and decipher these riders.
A master list, the program, our notes, and everything else. But we can tell you Mao Sato is up there in front, and he just took the checkered flag, so he is your top qualifier here. We take a look at G. Greenland, a couple of our friends from Australia hanging out down there in the stands.
Yeah, there it is. You can see the Hyperion. You can definitely see that is a powered by Kawasaki Hyperion. I believe VK Composites that builds that for him here.
Shogo Ibahara taking a second, and I know the Kawasaki clan's going nuts in the tent right now.
Yeah, it looks like Toshi's going to round out our third place. So we're going to see if we can find out who are all the qualifiers. Those are the first 3 qualifiers. I'm going to say Hideyoshi is going to be another qualifier in 4th place.
I believe Jaden Richardson was in 5th, so he'll probably qualify as well. After that, it's anybody's guess. And we'll let you know when we get the results up here from our Japan Jet Sports Association, which is partnering with the Asia Multi-Sports and Entertainment Company Limited to produce this event here. And what they're doing is they're giving us the results a couple of races after this race right here. So we'll come back with that, and we'll let you know who the top 8 qualifiers were for those of you listening in at home. Coming up next, we've got heat number 2 of the Pro Ski Grand Prix. And we'll have that right after these messages. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Nishinkohama Park here in Osaka City, Japan for round number 1 of the World Grand Prix number 1 Waterjet World Series. Mike Young hanging along with Dave Arnold.
Well, Mike, what a great Heat 1 we have, but Heat 2 now on the line as we look at the 33 on the pole position there.
Yeah, that's Kazuho Sato. And he's sponsored by TKR Racing out of Japan. Like boat number 300, that's Jimmy Wilson, who is sitting second from the pole. Jimmy taking a second in last year's World Grand Prix Series.
And then I see Kevin Rederer in the number 90. He is the winner from the King's Cup, the World Grand Prix.
Yeah, so you got the top 2 in this one right here. Taking a look down, it looks like we've seen boat number 5 is out there as well. That's Kawasaki.
As well as the 97.
That is Hideyuko Karihashi. A name that we've talked about for many, many years. And we are off and away here from the Nishinkohama Park.
And look at the 43. He's just shot out of a cannon.
I'm telling you.
That is Shimizu Hideyuki.
Yes.
Definitely shot of his team. They were very happy with that. Let's see if we can hold on to it. Outside and inside, who's going to be?
Well, we'll take a look here at the inside first, and that's going to be Jimmy Wilson out of the United States. Port St. Lucie, Florida is where he makes his home on that factory Kawasaki Hyperion.
And it looks like it's going to be the 43 on the outside. That is Shimizu Hideyuki.
So those are one from the outside, one from the inside. And let's see who grabs the whole shot here. Will it be Jimmy from the inside or Hideyuki from the outside? It's going to be Jimmy Wilson from the inside.
Jimmy sitting out front right now. Hideyuki in that second position. Third place, blue and white ski. Could not see the numbers they go by. We'll wait for another shot there so we can get some more numbers for you folks. Once again, the top 8 will qualify. Everybody else will be going to the LCQ. And only 2 will come out and go to the dance. Got a lot of people watching at home on Facebook. If you want to chime in there, I know Momar's been watching. Here we go. Second one, another Hyperion out front. Leading this one, Jimmy Wilson.
I'll tell you what, Kawasaki knows what they're doing back there, and they got the king, Kanamori, back there spinning wrenches.
I'll tell you. Talk about a guy that's been part of and won his own national and world championships over the years.
I was just looking at the lead that Jimmy Wilson's amassed already, and we got a real battle heading up here for second place, 43.
And Hideyuki, and then right behind him, let's see, the 43 is with the blue and white ski I'm trying to find.
Shimizu Hideyuki out of Japan, currently sitting in that second place position. But we're on board now with Jimmy Wilson, originally from Hebron, Ohio. Spent some time in South Carolina, now makes his home down in Port St. Lucie, Florida, where he trains with Sophie Francis, who was women's Grand Prix world champion last year.
That's right. Jimmy also, a former firefighter. He's done a lot over his years, and now a factory pilot for Kawasaki.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure his parents are watching back home, so a big shout-out to Mike and Christina Wilson.
78 sitting in third, so that's going to be we're working on it.
It looks like Sochi, followed by Kevin Rederer in fourth, so a tough start there for Rederer.
Sato and Kevin Rederer, very shocked on Kevin Rederer not getting the best to start out there, but running in fourth. That's one to watch. He knows how to work his way about, but his plan was just qualify.
Exactly. You got to remember this is a qualifier, taking the top 8. Rederer's down. He might be in the LCQ, and that's bad news for everybody in the LCQ, Dave.
I'll tell you, Ryder Wildeboer, unfortunately, they'll get in Moto 1, or I'm sorry, in Heat 1, had issues not going out, so he'll be joining Kevin also in a LCQ.
Wow. What a turn of events here in this second heat race of our Pro Ski Grand Prix as Rederer takes the goggles off, and he is coming in on the gaff, Dave. Tough break for that young man.
Now, we did see a little bit of that in Thailand, if you remember. He had boat issues there, had to get a backup boat, went out, ended up taking the win. So maybe that's now his new MO.
Well, back on board with our race leader there, Jimmy Wilson, and Jimmy riding smooth out there like a hot knife through butter.
Looking good in that new wetsuit of his, too, the black and white. Liking it. So it's still Shimizu and Soshi Sato running 2 and 3.
That's your battle.
1, 2, 3. There is second place. We're watching the 43, Shimizu.
And you can see just how close third place is. Soshi Sato, only about 2 seconds behind, as you see them both go around the double yellows. 28 total buoys here in this closed course.
And it looks like Yoi Yamamoto moved into fourth place now. Fortunately, with Redditor going down, he inherited that position there. And then it looks like the number 5, also out of Japan, is Ku Sato.
So that is your top 5.
If it stays where it is, those 5 riders will go to the main event.
And 3 more.
And 3 more.
And 3 more. We'll let you know who those 3 more are as soon as we know, folks. Again, taking a look at the backdrop here of the port city of Osaka. Some overcast weather for those of you who are just tuning in. Great temperatures, though, man. Just hovering right around 70 degrees. It looks like a lot of that humidity from earlier went away today.
Yeah, it actually feels very pleasant here, I got to say. It is good racing conditions. And the humidity drops, the horsepower goes up, is what I like to say.
Boy, I'll tell you, hats off to Jimmy Wilson, man. He is gone. He's like us on Monday, checking out of this one.
Yeah, definitely on a tear right now as we're looking at the number 60. That's fourth place, Yamamoto.
Yeah, Yohei Yamamoto.
Boy, I tell you, he's got that GoPro up there, getting some great action there, sitting in that fourth position.
Ko Sato right behind him.
Yeah.
Trying to chase him down.
Well, we got the 97 now, so we had maybe a change there moving into fifth. So if Yamamoto's in fourth and the 97.
That's Hideyuki Karayashi, who we've talked about in Lake Havasu for many, many years.
And let's go a little bit deeper in the field to the 33, which would be, wait for it. That's Kazuho Sato out of Japan for TKR Racing.
Number 89, Tamiharu Yamasaki.
Running in 8th, I believe.
Yeah, that's your final qualifier here if things stay as they are. But again, that's it's racing, man, and we're at the World Grand Prix Series, so anything could happen.
I think I just threw a Don Dawson-ism out there. Wait for it.
Wait for it. Right.
Right,
by the way, she was listening in at home.
Yes.
How you doing, Dawn Dawson? We love you, girl.
White flag is out. One more lap to go. Can Jimmy Wilson hold on to it and take heat number 2 win? Definitely going to be a great one between the 2 factory Kawasaki's. Getting that inside-outside picks.
Take a look at third place there, Soshi
Sato.
Sponsored by #Pound1.
So we got to take a picture and hashtag him, Pound1.
Right, exactly.
And look at Sato on the number 5, still fighting in there. But so far it's USA, Japan, 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 Japan.
So James Wilson in control of this one right here. It was great. Got to talk to him a little bit earlier today. He said mom and dad got the kids, took the kids to, because they live in Florida, took them to Ohio, and they're playing out on the farm this weekend. So, it's always nice to hear some of the backstories from some of the riders.
Well, you just like to say Ohio because you're from Ohio.
Well, we're a bunch of useless nuts.
My better half is also another Ohioite.
Right. Round on the outside, high.
Miss Leslie. And a great shot there as he takes the checkered flag. He looks over. James Wilson, a.k.a. Jimmy Man.
Right.
There you go.
Well, Jimmy taking his second overall in the World Grand Prix Series last season. He wants to better that. You could tell he's coming out hungry.
It's great to watch. He's been a great racer for several years, but boy, Jimmy has really come into his own the last couple of years here, deserving that factory Kawasaki ride. All right, the rest of them are going to start coming across for the qualification points.
And look how fast Jimmy was. Boom, there's second place, just now coming across. That's, I believe, Shimizu Hideyuki, followed by Soshi Sato in third.
It looks like Shimizu Hideyuki moved into second place. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
So good work there by Jimmy Wilson out of Port St. Lucie, Florida. As we take a look down, again, Shimzu coming in second, Sochi in third. And a big shout out to Ryan Rasmussen, who's listening in on the live stream as the riders go over to the pits and congratulate themselves on being masters of the universe.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is 8 of them are going to the dance, and the rest are going to go fight it out for 2 more tickets to go to the prom.
Coming up next will be race number 32. That is the amateur ski 4-stroke lights, and an 8-lap race, and that's going to be moto number 2 of 3. And you'll check that out right after these races. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to World Grand Prix number 1, Waterjet World Series. You're watching round number 1 from the Shikohama Park in Osaka City, Japan. Mike Young alongside Dave Arnold. Dave, what do we got coming up next?
Well, we've got amateur ski 4-stroke lights out on the track right now. I just saw a great shot of Osman Min on the 93. Talk about some young, fast riders here. Osman, we've known for years. Visden K. Also, we got Sergei Elisenko on the 13. We got Kenji Suzawa on the 7. We got Saif Rashid Al-Saif Al-Shawahi on the 44. Sam Wilson on the number 9. And Andrew Vo making the step up into this class this year on the 160.
All right. Well, here we go. Taking a look. We got Vincent and Cade currently sitting in first. Andy Vo in second. And Osman Min in third. And that's the point gap in between them as they come into this, I believe, second moto.
I believe that's Visden K.
Yeah, that's Vincent and K, boat number 3 that's out in front right now.
So the number 3, Visden K out of Cambodia, riding for the Flamingo jet ski team. Tell you what a historic memories they have there. There's the 93 there. That's Osman Min, another rider out of Cambodia, riding for Flamingo jet ski.
Yeah, he currently sits in second in this race here. We're just going through the points from that first race, number 44, Saif Rashid Al-Shawihi, currently sitting in that third place from the United Arab Emirates, sponsored by the Sharjah team.
And just trying to get a read on whether who's in that 4th position here.
Now, I believe Vo had taken a second, I believe, in the first moto when we were talking about the points right there. This is moto number 2 of 3 here for our amateur ski 4-stroke lights.
As we go back, let's see the number 9 there. That's Sam Wilson out of the UK, riding for B&J Products.
Well, UK got a huge presence here this weekend, too. Seen a lot of my friends from the United Kingdom here. Christina Wilson says, way to go, Jimmy Wilson. We're taking a look online, some of the Facebook posts that are going on. 8-1 Racing saying, let's go, Andrew Vo. So there are your top 4 on the bottom left-hand side of our screen right now. Boat number 3, Vanson and Kay. Osmond Min still running in that second place. I believe Saif Al-Shawuhi and Sam Wilson, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is 8-lap moto number 2 of 3 for our amateur ski 4-stroke lights. For those of you who may just be tuning in, that's what we're watching. This is race number 32. Race number 33 coming up next. That's going to be the amateur runabout 1100 stock class.
Yeah, it looks like we might see slowly seeing a battle for second develop there, and got on the gas just a little bit. Osmond Min sitting in that second position, trying to hold off looks like the number 44. And we got a couple of riders a little bit deeper in the field. You can see the split between inside and outside.
It's like 9. Sam Wilson moved up into second. Saif Rashid Al-Shawihi has moved back into the 4th spot. And I'm still looking for Vo.
And there's Andrew Vo sitting in that 5th position right now.
Oh, they got it.
They got it.
The cameramen are on it.
I got to say, what great job they do. Our cameramen are really on point here. Liking the new wrap on that Yamaha of Andrew Vo. Looking sharp in that new Jet Tribe wetsuit.
Boy, I'll tell you, that kid's growing like a weed, man. I seen him in the pits right when we were walking in today, and now I'm looking up to him, and I can remember when he was just a little grommet.
I've seen an 818. I'm not showing an 818 on my sheet. I don't know if you have another. So again, we're watching amateur ski 4-stroke lights on the water. The number 3 of Vanston K and Osmond Min are sitting 1 and 2. So look at this battle of the split there, the inside, outside, splitting off. Visden K trying to run down Osmond Min.
Well, we got some Sam Wilsons chiming in online right now. We got Cal Corner saying, go Sam. Jan Letham saying, go Sam. So we got a couple of our friends from the United Kingdom watching in. Nicola Ellerton also saying, go Sam Wilson.
And there's the 93 Osmond Min on the outside split coming around. Trying to challenge Vanston K. And they're going to come together here. It's going to be Osmond Min. And the 93, it holds on to the lead here. Vanston K is going to be back still in that second position here.
Looks like number 9, Sam Wilson, getting into the mix too. You can see number 9, Wilson, starting to push second place now, number 93. Osmond Min out of Cambodia. And there is Min right there, currently sitting in second place. And you can see how close Wilson is right there behind him. You see Wilson come into the picture right there. So all our friends from the UK are saying, go Sam online right now.
Sam really running a good race here for sure. As we look back to the 44 machine of Saif Al-Shawahi.
Good morning, Course Marshal Randy, watching in from Florida, USA.
I think it's past his bedtime.
Well, I don't think he has a bedtime.
How's it going, Course Marshal Randy? Good friend of ours, great guy.
Sandra Wilson saying, go Sam. Vanston K watching all the action happening behind him right now, and you can see with that battle going on for second place, he's really got a lot of breathing room out there in front.
Yeah, he's hoping that he's going to, that Osmond's going to concentrate on holding off Sam Wilson.
You're watching round number 1 of the World Grand Prix, number 1 Waterjet World Series here from Nishinkohama Park in Osaka City, Japan.
Now, these are a little bit different. We see the Kawasaki's, which are a 1500cc. These are a 1049 motor. A little bit smaller. They're a 4-stroke, just like the Kawasaki's. But it is a great in-between model, I'm going to say, and they are fun to ride.
Yeah, Vanson and Kay doing a great job right there. And take a look at Sam Wilson, boat number 44, now starting to push him. That's Saif Rashid Al-Shawihi. And again, Al-Shawihi out of the United Arab Emirates. That's 3rd and 4th in the picture right now.
And he runs for that Sharjah team, which has been around for a lot of years and brought over a lot of racers over the years. during back in the World Finals heydays.
Well, I'll tell you, got to love the World Grand Prix Series. They've really just stepped it up. It's a whole nother level now. And big shout out to Drake and his team.
Oh,
they've done an amazing job with the Waterjet World Series. And this is only round number 1. We're going to Belgium. We're going back to Thailand. Make sure that you check us out on Facebook and keep up with what's happening.
Mohammed Mohsen says, hey, what's up? A little wave there. Isn't he here?
Yeah, I seen him earlier in the pits.
I know. What's going on, Mohammed? Not a shot. Durity, looking a little high there, too.
Right on.
Love the waving hand. Hello.
Hello. That was Kiji Sawawa, boat number 7. Not quite sure. I believe he's probably in 6th spot, as we've got the top 5 up on the screen right now.
Back up front here with Vanston K out of Cambodia, Flamingo Jet Ski Team.
Also sponsored by Flamingo. And boy, I'll tell you what, the Flamingo NOF team over here in the Far East has been absolutely amazing the last couple decades.
I'm going to say around the world they've been amazing.
Yeah, Flamingo. Didn't we see, was it Henry?
Henry
here earlier today walking around. Great to see Henry from the Flamingo. He's, I guess you could say, the patriarch of the Flamingo team.
The Flamingo NOF Racing.
Yep. 93, Osmond Min still holding on to 2nd place. Rider goes down right there in front of your leader. Doesn't hinder him at all. And back on board there with Min, who's currently sitting in 2nd place. And that should be Sam Wilson. Yep, Sam's still right behind him. Just waiting for a slip, trip, or a bobble from Min. And Min running pretty flawless right now.
Yeah. Sam's definitely trying to hunt him down there. You're going to see that split off between the outside and inside split. Wherever Osmond goes, Sam might go the opposite direction. Just try to find a little smooth water, stay out of it.
You can see 1, 2, and 3 all in the picture right now, Dave. Back out to your leader, Vanston K. So you got Cambodia running in 1 and 2 right now, with Great Britain running in 3rd.
Yeah, it looks like they all split, same to the outside split.
Kay takes a little look around him. See, he's got about a 6-second lead over 2nd place right now, Osmond Min.
And there's the white flag, Mike. 1 lap to go, the hallelujah flag, as I like to say.
Right, yeah, you're watching the amateur ski 4-stroke lights here. This is race number 32. We got 38 total events today. We'll go closed course racing till 36, and then we've got the 1-lap slalom challenge for races 37 and 38. Coming up next, we'll have the amateur runabout 1100 stock class for those of you who are listening in at home.
Hut says hello. And then we got Eric and Rabino. Good luck, Sir Anton. I'm thinking that that is a Min relation there, maybe?
Yeah, Hoot Min says hello.
Thank you for watching.
And you're looking at Vanston K as he works up there to the top left-hand side of the track.
Well, this is going to really change things up, considering, Andrew Vo was in 2nd. I know Vizdan and Osmond Min both were on the podium.
Now notice the double red buoy right there. We're going to refer to that the rest of the weekend as the MasterCard buoy, because that's where you come in and you have to make the choice whether you're going to take inside or outside. Normally it's a red and a yellow buoy, but they got 2 reds out there, but that's where they make the turn, come back into the closed course, and actually decide whether they want to go.
That's where the MasterCard came from, the red and yellow, just like the MasterCard.
Exactly. Vanston K, one final turn here, and getting ready to come down the front straightaway one final time. The young Cambodian looking for a win here in moto number 2. Vanston K will take the win. Moto number 2 here in the amateur 4-stroke lights class. And again, Vanston sponsored by the Flamingo Jet Ski Racing Team.
So Osmond and Vanston, and also I believe Sam Wilson and Andrew Vo, new to this class this year because they all turned 16.
Right, yeah, they were racing in that junior 13 to 15
yep.
class last year.
So you can see the NOF Flamingo on the side of both of those Cambodian riders there, Henry.
Right, Osmond Min coming through in 2nd. Sam Wilson rounding out your top 3 from the United Kingdom, sponsored by Benji and the folks over at B&J.
Yeah, it looks like a final battle across the line here. Saif Rashid, Saif Al-Shawahi, and then I do believe Andrew Vo, the top 5.
So that'll do it here for the amateur ski 4-stroke lights. And again, we'll be back with race number 33, which is the amateur runabout 1100 stock class, right after these messages, folks.
No flipping.
Everyone has a dream destination that they wish to visit in their lifetime, where you can cross off your travel bucket list and becomes your unforgettable experience. Let your never-ending stories in Thailand inspire the world.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the World Grand Prix number 1, Waterjet World Series, here from the Shinkohama Park in Osaka City, Japan. Mike Young hanging alongside Dave Arnold.
Well, currently we got the amateur runabout 1100 stock out there, Mike. Looks like the start got underway here, as we'll try and get a read on some of the numbers as they hit that back stretch and get into the splits here.
Well, if you want to take a look at that, here's the point gap right now. First place is Jakarhan Nohong, currently sits in first place. Freelin Sali out of Cambodia, number 33, sits in second. And Christine Kate Mercado sits in third, one of our only female racers out here in this one on the PH28.
Well, she's definitely a familiar name to us, as well as Phil Sali over the years. And there she is right now. Mike just got it. Is she leading?
I believe she is. They just threw it up there real quick on the screen. Christine Kate Mercado, again out of the Philippines, sponsored by 777 Performance by Jumbo Tuner. I'll tell you what, she got the right tuner, that's for sure.
That's right, and looks like Jakarian Nguyen Hong in that second position, driving the T159. The rider from Thailand. There's the 33. We're familiar with Phil Sali there.
All right, so once again, your top 3, Christine Kate Mercado on the PH28, T159, Jakaran in second out of Thailand, and in third, Freelin Sali out of Cambodia. Currently sits in that third place, so that's your the way they stack up, 1, 2, and 3. Just got this one underway. 8 laps. This is moto number 2 of 3. We were basically going and showing you who got the points in the first moto on that first one.
Well, I think the graphic might be wrong there because it's showing another one of our female racers, Sasina Thingmom. Another Thai rider on the 777 Performance Jumbo Tuner. But let's get a confirmation on that with the numbers here.
Yeah, we're looking for... Yeah, okay, Sasina Vigwam They're saying that's first place. We thought it was
Yes.
Christine Kate Mercado because she's on the PH28.
Yeah, a little hard to read when we're trying to look at those small little numbers there.
So second place is still Jacqueline Nonhong. And then you got Feline Sali in third spot. In fourth, you got 39. That's Kodai Taguchi out of Japan. And rounding out your top 5 is number 17, Anton Ignacio.
And look at this battle between Phil and Sali and the 159. Phil and Sali moves up a position, now into second. And it looks like Jacqueline goes back to third.
Well, you knew that Sali wasn't happy back there in that third spot. You know, always one of the top riders. And you know that he's going to challenge. And Cecina Figwam, another one of our female riders, currently leading the race. So Feline Sali is going to have to get past her.
Let's take a look. At this pass, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, great replay there. Bond rail to bond rail. And a clean pass. Clean pass.
Oh,
you can see they just maybe rubbed a little bit. Not much, though. Not much, though. I mean, for the most part, you know, you'd see a lot of racers that would just try to take that other racer out and park them. Where they were both holding their line, and I'll tell you what, takes a lot of trust to have that person going, 75+ mile an hour right beside you as you're coming into a turn.
Yeah, Phil and Sali looked up that inside line, just saw the gap, saw the daylight. As we go back up front with our leader there, the T26 there,
Cecina. Yeah, Cecina Figwam. Again, she's also getting tuned by Jumbo Tuner 77 Performance. You know, I'll tell you, a lot of our top riders going to Jumbo.
A lot of our fans chiming in right now. The T26 are all stoked to see. And look at this. We got another battle here. They're Phil and Sali going for the lead, Mike.
Yeah, Sali trying to get past Figwam, and he parks her.
Right up the inside. Deja vu for that last move as he moved from third to second. Now from second to first, Phil and Sali. Name we're very familiar with over the years.
Well, and that just goes to show you that those do work. Uh-oh, we had a rider down. Rider went down hard.
Is that
right out just to the right-hand side of us.
Is that her?
Yeah, that's her, Cecina. And she's okay. Yellow flags come out, but a tough break there for Cecina Figwam.
I think you're right. He did park her.
Yeah, what a tough break. So that's good. That's going to move Jacqueline up to second.
I got to say, that was a clean pass going out. She got pushed out a little bit, and I think she just took the boat. Went for a ride.
So, you got Feline Sali up in front. You got Jacqueline Nonhong on the T159 in second. Boat number 39 in third. That's Kodai Taguchi. And Anton Ignacio currently sits in the fourth spot with boat number 17. Actually, nope. So the graphic has got one off because 26 is down in the water.
Yeah, Cecina is down, so it's 33-159, 39-17, and we'll see if we can get it now, who is now in fifth place.
And, boy, I'll tell you, you got a lot of Philippine fans on there saying T26, and Cecina looked like she was going to, do good out of Thailand. I'm sorry, out of Thailand. So, again, either way, a tough break there for Cecina.
Yeah, I got to say, though, she was that was impressive. We're looking right now at Jacqueline Nonhong, second place on the T159 machine. There's the 17. Now, has the 17 moved up a position, it looks like, possibly?
That's Anton Ignacio. Ignacio currently sitting in the fourth spot. And he's on one of the Adipon boats. Well, it looks like he's moved up into third now. Yeah. Boat number 39 sliding back into fourth, and that's Kodai Taguchi. So Kodai Taguchi back into fourth. Ignacio up into third. In the Battle of the Nations right now, you got Cambodia in front, Thailand in second, the Philippines in third, and Japan in fourth.
And I'm looking at Angelo Ingoventis right there. And then that one, we're seeing Kayla Mercado. We're saying in that one in the fourth place on the PH8.
So that means Kodai Taguchi must have gotten passed by Christine Kate Mercado.
I have not seen this many changes of position in a while. This race has been absolutely insane on the passes. Phil and Sali, though, the standout. moving all the way up into that top position there, especially when he had a big gap back there to move his way up.
And there's the PH8, Angelo Ventus, that we just were taking a look at. And there's the PH8.
Another 777 jumbo tuner machine. Tell you, that is the go-to man also down there. If you're in Thailand and you need to be tuned, jumbo tuner.
So Sali, Jackaron, Anton, Kayla, and Kodai, 1 through 5 right now. And there is the J39 that we're taking a look at. Currently in 5th place. Was in 3rd just a couple laps ago. Kodai Taguchi, sponsored by the WAC team out of Japan. As we go back on board with your race leader, Feline Sali, out of Cambodia, sponsored by the Flamingo Jet Ski team. And Feline had to work for it. You know, he started off this race in 3rd place, has worked his way through the pack, and now collecting the white flag.
Well, this has been a crazy one for Feline Sali for sure as he's moved his way up. Another rider that has a couple titles under his belt over the years. I remember the old 800 class. That was a very popular one.
Hey, by the way, we'd like to say a special thanks to our manufacturer members. They include Kawasaki, Yamaha, and Sea-Doo, all here with us this weekend.
And a lot of thanks to, of course, the Sports Authority of Thailand. They've done incredible. And the National Athletes Development Fund that they have, too. It's incredible.
Feline Sali takes a look behind him as he is on his final lap here in this race number 34. This is the, race number 33, the amateur runabout, 1100 stock class. This is race number 33. We'll be closed course racing through race number 36 for those of you folks that are listening in at home. And coming up next, we'll have the women's runabout 1100 stock class. As Sali, with only a couple more buoys to negotiate before this business deal is in the books.
And you can see him negotiating his way around. Here we go. And the flag will come out after this next left-hand turn. As he sweeps onto the front there, he backs the throttle off. Knows he's got this one. There's the checkered flag. Feline Sali takes the win here for moto number 2.
All right, congratulations, Feline Sali. Going to take the win for the Flamingo Jet Ski team. Again, he's out of Cambodia, also sponsored by Knopf Insulation. And liking that new Jet Blaster.
Yeah, looking good, I'll tell you.
Well, once again, coming up next, folks, it looks like we have our 34th race of the day. That is going to be the women's runabout, moto number 2 of 3. Then we got the novice ski stock class, moto number 1 of 3, novice runabout stock, moto 1 of 3. And we'll go with our one-lap slalom, starting with our junior 8 to 13-year-old ski stock class.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds. Presented by Freedom Racing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the World Grand Prix number 1, Waterjet World Series. We are at round number 1. Mike Young alongside Dave Arnold. Dave, what a great time here at Nishikahama Park in Osaka City.
Oh, Mike, what a great time, I got to say. We've seen some great, incredible racing there. I got to say the Pro Ski GP did not disappoint. How about the runabout stock division, 1100 stock? Now we're going to move it on to the women's runabout 1100 stock. And, of course, we saw her in the last moto. She's got to jump right back in there. Christine Kate Mercado. Sasina Fignam, unfortunately, had that get off early on, but looking for a little redemption. And then Kamawan Nunhung will be in third.
And that's how they ended up in moto number 1. This is moto number 2 for him. So that's the points. That's the points coming into this one. Yep, so Christine Cape Mercado, current leader out there. We're looking at 7:17. That is Sirikala Minaharashiyaman.
As we look down the line a little bit deeper there's the 92. I'm going to say that's Alessi Onashinkova. Nope, that's Japan, so we don't have that one here, unfortunately.
One of our Japanese riders, a J92.
And look at the back of her.
Yeah, it says Jet Pilot.
No, underneath it has a name. Couldn't see that. Got the one of the Philippines network guys home for. Now that we don't have any Japanese riders on our list, so that has to be maybe it's a bar boat, maybe it's not. There's 717 there. That is
another one of our riders. Sponsored by 7-7 Performance by Jumbo Tuner, Sirikala.
Yeah, Sirikala got a great shot over there, right? Getting ready.
Sponsored by Jet Pilot. Be competing today on her production-based Yamaha 7-7 Performance by Jumbo Tuner. As we get set to go here with the women's runabout 1100 stock class. Following this class will be race number 35. That's the novice ski stock. Race number 36 is the novice runabout stock. And then we'll go into our one-lap slalom championships with our 8 to 13-year-olds. And then our spark stock with the 8 to 13-year-olds as well. As the ladies are getting warmed up here for the 1100 stock class. And while they're getting warmed up, we'd like to say a special thanks to our partner with this race right here, the Japanese Jet Sports Association. Today's event organized by the Asian Multisports Entertainment Company Limited. Again, I'd like to say a special thanks to the Sports Authority of Thailand, Amazing Thailand, Thai Airways, the National Sports Development Fund, Freedom Racing, Quakey Sense, of course our friends from Tone Tools, Jet Tribe, Feed2, as well as the CZ Company, the Bell Factory, ETS Racing Fuels, and all this you're going to hear about in World Jet Sports Magazine.
Well, there's a good shot there of Kayla Mercado on the PH8. We just saw that boat the last race. She's going to jump right back out there. The 159, another back-to-back race. It's going to be now Kamawan Nunhung.
Yeah, so you had a couple racers going back-to-back, and that's why there's a short pause here in between these two races.
Throw a little bit more fuel in there, give the racer a few minutes to catch her breath.
Yeah, I think the racers need the fuel.
Yes.
Not the boat so much.
Well, you don't go up and fill the boat completely on a race because that adds more weight. So there's a specific fuel they designed for the boat to run the race at a good amount of weight. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be completely full. So you got to get back to that for the next race.
And it looks like we've got a lot of Thailand fans chiming in online right now. Kim In Wan and Sirikala Sasina, Shalita, all from Thailand. Yeah, Shalita Kacharun, a name that we've talked about,
Yes.
Kacharun, that last name, for many, many years. Shakotit, I believe related to Shakotit.
Yeah, we saw her earlier at the hotel, actually. So Jesse Arcia is going to be on the 03 out of the Philippines, Networks Jet Sports Philippines. Christine Kate Mercado on the PH28 of the Philippines, 777 Performance by Jumbo Tuner. Kayla Mercado is going to be on the PH8 Philippines, 777 Performance by Jumbo Tuner. Alessia Ovenchinkova out of Russia on the G-Force Power Sports Patia. And then Chalita Kajirun, you just talked about, 33 out of Thailand, Flamingo Jet Ski Team. And then we got Sasina Figlam on the 26 out of Thailand, the 777 Performance Jumbo Tuner. And then Surikala Minahara Saman out of Thailand, the 777 Performance by Jumbo Tuner. I'm thinking a theme here, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. Jumbo Tuner's getting a lot of business.
Yeah. Kamawan Nunhong on the T159 out of Thailand. Riding for Jet Ski for Rent by Jampul.
And Renaboy says, let's go number 17. I'm not sure what Elisa Ovinchikova is.
Well, I'm seeing less boats on the line than the names we have. We have 8 names. And 6 riders.
Well, there's the T159. Kamawan, Noanhong.
717's out there, we know that. We saw the 26.
We got a J92, which we don't have. So the J92 might be Alicia. Well, nope.
Kayla.
That's.
Oh, no, that's.
Hayashiguchi, T. Hayashiguchi. We do not have the number for her. We don't have any info on her.
Well, it's a 777 Performance Jumbo Tuner.
Could be a borrowed boat, though.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, could be a borrowed boat. Lots of things happen. These boats finicky, especially when they've been in crates and shipped from all over the world.
And there we go. 6 riders take off. 2 to the inside split, 4 to the outside split.
It looks like PH8 with a good lead. And again, we had that 8 in the last class, but we don't have an 8. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's Kayla Mercado. So the Mercado ladies are both racing in this one. This is the T26 right there. That's Sasina Figwam, who came off of her boat in that last race. Glad that she's okay and able to get back in this one.
That's true, yes, most definitely. And it looks like the PH8 that you talked about, Kayla Mercado, is going to be on the outside split coming through.
We'll see who takes it as they get ready to come down that front straightaway.
We'll know when they come together, outside, inside, see if we get a shot on the inside.
Mercado, it's going to be tight. It's going to be side by side, a drag race down the front straightaway. I believe that's Mercado on the inside. Or check that. That is a 26. That's Cecina on the inside. So Cecina with the hole shot. Mercado having to settle it for second. Uh-oh, Mercado right there, right in the back of her tray.
Oh, man, Cecina just basically put that tail right in that position there to take it away. We got a good battle going on for first and a battle for third starting to develop back there. So once again, it's going to be the T26 Cecina Fignom, followed by the PH8 of Kayla Mercado. And let's see if we get a read on third place, Mike, here. That is going to be the 28.
I believe that's Christine Kate Mercado.
So I'm going with the sisters there. They look like they'd be twins.
Right, I believe they are.
Twins. Wonder Twin powers activate.
There we go. If you're going to do it here in Osaka City for round number 1 of the World Grand Prix. And taking a look right there at Cecina Fengguam.
Fengguam definitely a great start for her.
And over to the PH8, Kayla Mercado.
You know Cecina's looking for a little redemption from that last race there.
Yeah, you know, it always sucks when you come off your boat You know, yeah, especially when you're in a good position. She was leading in second. And look at this, another nice battle there between her and Mercado, moving up into the lead. Cecina back into second. So you got two countries out there battling it out, Thailand and the Philippines, between the six. Cecina in second, and the Mercado twins running first and third right now with Kayla out in front. It's like 7:17, currently sitting in the fourth spot. Sakala.
And there's the 1:59 there of Kamawan Nunhong in fifth.
So you got the Philippines running first and third, and Thailand running 2, 4, and 5 right now. Great day here to start the weekend, Dave. You know, it's kind of like the calm before the storm. You know, I mean, we're going through some first motos, some second motos. Currently going through some of our amateur classes right now. This is the final World Grand Prix class that we will see today, I believe. Coming up next, we'll have the novice ski stock class and the novice runabout stock class. Those are the next two closed course races in a row. As we take a look at second, now into third. That is the PH 28 of Christine Kate Mercado.
And a great for Mercado, I got to say, the sisters doing an incredible job. They're holding down podium positions right now, but then again, this is moto number 2 of 3. The combinations we saw the earlier standings there, they're going to have to definitely stay in these spots to try to go for an overall in moto number 3.
Well, you know, I find this interesting. The top 4 out there right now, all sponsored by 7-7 Performance by Jumbo Tuner. Top
Somehow,
4.
I am not shocked.
And there's Kamanwan Nonchong out of Thailand, sponsored by Jet Ski for Rent by Jampool. Can't wait to get back to Jampool. Jomtien Beach in Thailand. We'll be back there in December for round number 3, the World Grand Prix Waterjet World Series. Round number 2 going to be held in Belgium. Hope everybody can join us for that. Make sure you check out the Facebook page and keep tuned in as to what we're doing here with the World Grand Prix Series.
And after talking to Peter DeSmit, I'll tell you, he said it is a beautiful area. It's a resort area. It is just lush on a beautiful lake with a resort right there on the lake. Looking forward to that one. And the south of Belgium. Just, I believe, a 45-minute drive from Brussels.
Not too bad. As the T26 still leads them around, and that is, that is Cecina, who has moved back up into that lead position. Kayla Mercado goes back to second.
Seeing a lot of shout-outs there for like the T26 there of Cecina.
Cecina got a lot of fans over there in Thailand.
Yeah, and of course a lot of Thai and Philippines. Sawa Isola.
Fourth place is
Mercado.
Sirikala on boat number 17. Sirikala also out of Thailand. And in fifth, Kamanwan.
These are some certainly fast young ladies. These the 1100 stock. There's not, all they do is they put, maybe they change a grate, they change the ride plate.
So basically, you're seeing like a Yamaha Jet Blasters, Sea-Doo Sparks, so your 1100s.
You can go race these things. Just put a few handling items on there.
Not too bad. I'd like to say a special thanks to the Bell Factory Racing Team as well as Jet Tribe and, of course, our friends from ETS Racing Fuels, making us all go fast.
That's right, ETS. As we look at the PH8 there, once again, as Kayla Mercado, as she's trying to chase down our leader once again.
Yeah, T26 Cecina. And they went to opposite sides of the split that time, and you can see how that split has really been working. It's been a factor in today's racing. So great job to the staff that's out there on the water, making sure that everything stays even for all of these riders.
And it's one of those things, the outside, it looks like you can get more momentum and going, but you got to carry more speed coming off the inside to keep the momentum up. So you can get more speed off the outside, but you can, if you play your game right, sweep through that turn, you could definitely take a position like we saw.
So once again, novice ski stock coming up next, race number 35. For those of you who are listening in at home, you're watching the women's runabout stock class. This is heat number 2 of 3 right now.
Currently, Cecina Fignom out there in the lead, followed by the PH8 of Kayla Mercado.
Yeah, it looks like Mercado and Cecina also going to opposite sides of the splits. You're looking at Cecina right there on the T26. She went to the outside split here on this one right here. Kayla Mercado on the inside. And again, we'll see how they come out, Dave. Because Kayla went in probably about a second and a half after Cecina.
Well, you can see right now the PH8 there of Kayla Mercado.
As they get ready to merge again. And you can see, Cecina came out way ahead right there. And Mercado still holding on to second. And that's second and third that was on your screen right there. The Mercado sisters currently running second and third.
See a lot of the riders sticking on the outside in the early laps there, but it looks to me the inside, if you got a little bit of bump, a little bit of chop going on the inside, possibly a little smoother. That's where it comes into a little bit of strategy coming into this race.
There is Christine Kate Mercado running third to her second place sister right now. And of course, Cecina up in front on the T26. Again, all tuned by 777 Performance Jumbo Tuner. Great look at your top 3, and you can see the gap there between first and third. Again, between second and third, looks like Christine Kate Mercado trying to close that gap on her sister, Kayla, as they get ready to head to the MasterCard buoy. And we'll see, looks like outside split seems to be the favorite there for Cecina.
Well, I'm looking down here at my results from the women's runabout 1100 stock from the Waterjet World Cup. And it looks to me that Christine Mercado was 4th in the world there. And it looks like Sirikala that we see running on the 717. She was 5th.
Currently sitting in 4th.
Now, Kayla Mercado was 6th in the world. Now, I'm looking down through the list here, and I am not seeing Cecina on there.
Meanwhile, the white flag comes out, and we are on the final lap for Cecina.
Cecina looking to make a run possibly for a world championship this year.
So Cecina Fingam in first place with less than a lap to go. She takes a look behind her. And she's got about a 4 to 5 second lead right now over second place.
You have to be a little bit comfortable. Don't make any mistakes. Don't relax too much.
Kayla Mercado still running in second. Christine Kate in third. So the twinsies running in second and third right now. And time is starting to run short here in the women's runabout 1100 stock class. Cecina Fingam is in command. There she is at the MasterCard buoy. And she'll opt to go to that outside split on this final lap.
And it looks like Kayla Mercado went to the inside split there, trying to gain a little bit of ground there, or water in this case, as we see Cecina.
And it doesn't look that
smooth.
rough out there.
No.
You know, a little earlier it was looking pretty rough out there. And once again, the seas have calmed down here.
Well, the wind is definitely laid down, and that is a big factor with keeping these seas a little bit calmer for sure.
So Cecina, here we go, down the front straightaway, and it's going to be a drag race. No, it's going to be Cecina by about 5 boat lengths.
Pretty much what they went into this split, that just shows you how equal those splits are. So Cecina is going to take it, and it looks like right behind her, Kayla Mercado, followed by Christine Kate Mercado.
So Thailand takes the win. Philippines in second and third here in the women's runabout 1100 stock class.
I like the sportsmanship between those two ladies there. Giving the head nod. Coming up next, we got the Novice Ski Stock Moto 1 of 3. So we're kicking this one off, Mike, to start the day fresh. I'll tell you, it's going to be interesting. This one is always great because it's not horsepower that wins this race. It's being smooth.
And you'll check that out right after these messages.
Welcome back. Here we got Novice Ski Stock right underway right now. We're going to take a look and see if we get some numbers on some of the riders here. I want to thank all the folks that are joining us on Facebook, watching us live. We got Good Luck Sam Wilson out there. A couple of people saying good luck to him. Sam, of course, our UK rider. Trying to look. One of the riders, unfortunately, hitting the ejection button. Try and get a look on who it is here. Trying to see if we get a number there. Again, this is Novice Ski Stock. That is the number 11 boat of Issei Sukamura. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be back up and get back underway here. Taking a quick water sample. Not a hot day. I don't think he wanted to cool off. So we can see the action unfold right here as we see our leaders now on the left side. We'll try and get a number read on it. That is the 93. Not surprised. That is Osman Min out of Cambodia. And the 59 goes down. Another rider having some issues out there. See if I can get a number on him. That might have been Takashi Shibahara. So it's Osman Min, followed by the 25 of Kodai Taguchi. As we see them come together here, Osman and Taguchi battling it out there. So our fans in the grandstands having a good time watching all the action unfold here at Novice Ski Stock. So currently it's Osman Min followed by Kodai Taguchi as we look at the 328 boat. And trying to get a number on the 328 here. I'm seeing the T2. That's Nipton Kita Wananart. As he tries to chase that, is going to be third place behind the 25, the T2. Nippon. And it looks like I believe the 28 now has moved into second place. So try and get a, don't have the name corresponding with that boat here. As we go take a look here at the T2 of Nippon. Currently in fourth place. I do believe we had a pass, so he slipped back just a little bit. Riding a Kawasaki SXR 1500. Seeing some shout outs for the T2 out of Thailand. He's riding for P2T Lubricants, Gold Dragon, and Let's Go Group. Liking that little electric blue with the bright orange there. You definitely cannot miss that boat. Easy to stand out and recognize. She's trying to chase down the 25 machine of Kodai Taguchi, who's currently sitting in third place. And they're showing the 328 right now in fourth, which I don't have a corresponding number here. See if we could check our other book here for a second. Novice could stop. So it's 328. So that's got to be Sam. I believe that's Sam Wilson on the 328 now. Usually he's been on the number 9. So I'm going to say that's Sam Wilson, 328. Currently running in the second position here. So it's Osman Min. Kodai Taguchi is in third. Sam Wilson, of course, was in second. And Nippon in at that fourth position. And it looks like the number 13 now in fifth. That's Kuranosuke Niwa. As we look at our leader there again, Osman Min out of Cambodia on the Flamingo jet ski team. Making a beautiful turn through the left there. There's Sam Wilson there in the B&G products. He's on, looks like, on borrowed property. And a great battle between the T2 now and the 25. Baton and the 25 of Kodai Taguchi are battling. This is for third place. As they say, bond line to bond line there. And the T2 is now going to move into third place, dropping Kodai Taguchi back to fourth. A couple of the team members there looking at the riders. So once again, it's Osman Min on the 93 out in front, followed by Sam Wilson on the 328 boat. Then Nippon Kirito Wanart moved up into third, getting by Kodai Taguchi out of Japan, moving him back to fourth place. And then the number 13 of Kuranosuke Niwa on the 5, or on the number 13 in fifth position, riding out of Japan on a Pokemon Racing. So great action here, a couple positions switching around there. Sam Wilson, though, out of the UK, definitely a great performance, but not surprised once again. Mike and I talked about earlier, Osman Min, a well-known rider in the young category. Watched him move up through the juniors. He rides out of Cambodia for the Flamingo jet ski team. Of course, the Min family we've seen in the racing for several years. So Mike, just getting some information. Mike, we got Osman Min in first. Sam Wilson, he's moved on to boat 9. He's now in 328 riding out there.
Yeah, I believe that's Matthias Reynes' boat.
Matthias, yes.
Yeah, I believe that's his boat. We've got Jan Letham online saying, "Go Sam." So we got the British are coming. The British are coming. You know, that's what's happening right here in Osaka City, Japan.
And Nippon just made a great pass up into third, getting by Kodai Taguchi, who's moved back to fourth place now. And it's Kuranosuke Niwa in fifth.
I'll tell you what, a lot of great racers out there. And it's great to have a lot of our Japanese contingent in this one that we didn't see in Thailand last year. So a lot of the Japanese getting involved. Coming out here, and again, special thanks to the Japan Jet Sports Association, who we're partnered with. Meanwhile, the white flag is coming out, Dave. Less than a lap to go for Osman Min out of Cambodia, and he's riding for one of the best teams in the world, the Flamingo jet ski team.
Oh, absolutely. That team has definitely put marks on world history when it comes to watercraft racing, for sure.
And taking a look at Osman Min there, as he works his way around the track one final time.
And great position. Look at him switching his legs there. That's what you want. Left turns, put the left leg forward. Right turns, right foot, switching it up. Yeah. Looking comfortable, looking relaxed. You don't want to be stiff, and there it is. A checker flag. Osman Min takes the win.
Yeah, congratulations there by Osman Min as he takes a look back and tries to figure out where the rest of the pack is. And I'll tell you, you know, I just walked downstairs for a minute, had to get some information, and took a look at the stands on the way up, and the stands are full now.
I know.
My
It's
goodness.
Friday afternoon, people getting off of work, coming out and check out the action, and that just shows this weekend it's going to be a mad full house here for sure at the Nashinko Hama Park here in Osaka, Japan.
That's it. It's the place to be this weekend. And taking a look here, second place, Sam Wilson on boat number 328 there. Great job there by Sam Wilson, sponsored by B&J Racing. Benji Francois. Seen Benji a little bit earlier, but that guy's always got his head under the hood of a boat or something. You know, I didn't even want to say hi. I didn't want to bother him.
All I know he wants to say is merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
All right, so that is going to do it here for, I believe that was moto number 2 of our novice ski stock class. Got one more closed course race coming at you, everybody. That's the novice runabout stock class. And then we've got 2 slalom competitions coming at you as we take a look at the novices that are down there online. And we'll go through the lineup here so everybody knows what's happening.
Everyone has a dream destination that they wish to visit in their lifetime, where you can cross off your travel bucket list and becomes your unforgettable experience. Let your never-ending stories in Thailand inspire the world.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the World Grand Prix number 1 Waterjet World Series. We are live from the Shinkahama Park in Osaka City, Japan. As I take a look down here, this is going to be moto number 1 of 3 for the novice runabout stock class, Dave.
Yeah, definitely. We got a full field here. You can see the line is definitely full here. Albert Honda, we got out there, 63, Una, Nori, and red flag. So on the so it's gonna be 63 would be Albert Honda, 24 would be Nishihara Fukunori, 57 is going to be Takanobu Tsuji, 33 is going to be Endo Rasuki out of Japan. And I got to note Albert Honda from Brazil. The rest are a lot of Japanese riders here that I'm going through.
Yeah, we got Jahatu Hoisoi from Japan. And he's going to be on boat number 66. We got the J16 of Rakudo Matsuda, also out of Japan. And we've got Tomoya Tanaka We've got Kenji Sakamoto. And who do we got here from, I'm not sure where the MAR is out of. Morocco.
Morocco?
Yep.
Well, that's Mar. Morocco's with an O.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Miramar? Maramar?
Well,
yeah.
He's from Morocco.
Yeah. That would be the 116, Khalil Sedini. And then we've got the T244, Sydney Blanche Sarmiento out of the Philippines. And then looks like the 33 is going to be Leonardo Miko Tengzin out of the Philippines. Angelo Ingo Ventus out of the Philippines.
And we got boat number 14, Ivan Kabulski out of Russia, sponsored by G4Ek Power Sports of Pattaya. Igor Farvalev, also out of Russia. And then you got Jakaran Nonhong out of Thailand. Kenawat Sinjarai out of Thailand, and out of the United Arab Emirates, boat number 96, that's Ahmed Altair. All right, so once again, they'll bring him back to the line. We'll repack, restack, re-rack. There's Kabulski there. Not quite sure who the guilty party was, Dave, but I'm sure that we'll see somebody starting down there with a dead engine. We'll try to let you know at that point.
Like, get the camera off. It wasn't me.
Now he's pointing at somebody else.
They're pointing. No, it was him.
It was him. Well, yeah, exactly. It had to be him. I didn't do it.
'Twas not I, says I.
Arlene Feliciano say, let's go team.
Philippines.
Mm-hmm. Philippines making a really good showing here today.
They always make a good showing. There's a great group of people, I'll tell you.
Kato sisters making them look good, too, I'll tell you what. And Ignacio. Ignacio also doing good.
Ventus we're going to be seeing out here from the Philippines. Start to see a rider from Brazil. That's pretty cool, Albert Honda.
All right, we're taking a look down the line here. And I haven't seen anybody with a hand on their head yet. As it's crazy how like they were all pitted like you had Brazil, but there was only one Brazilian, Albert Honda, and then you've got like 8 or 9 Japanese riders, but they're all pitted right next to each other. You know, so I've seen a bunch of the Russians all pitted right next to each other too. So that's going to make it interesting because these are the guys and gals that you race with and that are on your team.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You get to know each other. And there it is. There's the penalty heading out. We saw a hand go in the air.
Was that boat number 24?
Nishihana.
Well, that would have been, that would have been Nishihara if that's the guilty party.
Yeah, it's Nori.
Yep, that is Nori.
24. Taking that's his nickname is Nori there. Nishihari. Fukanori. I get that now. Shorten it up.
Fukanori. So, Nori starting with a dead engine, and that is no way to get the whole shot. But this is only moto number 1 of 3 for these guys here.
See, Ivan said it wasn't me.
Right. As he was pointing, it was Fukanori, man. It was that guy right down there, number 24.
There's a song on that somewhere.
Somewhere.
It wasn't me.
All right. Once again, it looks like it's going to be 7 laps here.
Seeing Paul Del Rosario chiming in there. Go Philippines.
Yeah. Hey, Paul Del Rosario. How you been, buddy? Misha. Looks like the 116 with a nice hole shot right there.
Oh! Big contact there.
116 was Khalil Sedini. We'll see if the red flag comes up.
Boy, I saw riders going right over the top of each other there, and you see the seat.
Yeah, we got parts.
I see a hand in the air. That's a good sign. That's the number 5.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, it looks like I know there was another rider. There's definitely going to be a red flag on that one.
Well,
it's got to be. Nope.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, be darned.
The yard sale on the way to the first turn, and here we go. Who is it going to be? As we come down the front straightaway, it looks like it's going to be the 116.
Yeah, it's going to be Khalil Sedini.
And you can see just the speeds that they're coming into that turn right before they go back out and around the point.
I'll tell you what, for stock boats, these things do move.
Oh, yeah, they are moving out. This is the Novice Runabout stock last closed course race of the day. And next up, we'll be doing the one-lap slalom.
Oh,
Yeah.
was that BJ Ng? Oh, that was BJ. Didn't have him on our list, but that's BJ Ng in the 5. Been running that for years. Yeah, the Philippines, yep.
Yeah, tough break there for BJ. As we go back out first and second, going to opposite sides of the track. Again, first place, boat number 116, Khalil Sedini. And you can see Sedini carving it up there on that outside split. As we pan in on boat number 222, currently sitting in that second position, and that's Jakarin Nonhong out of Thailand.
Triple twos. I got to wonder if that 116 is paying homage to another rider that we know.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Last name begin with an F?
That could be him.
Could be him.
Could have a king in there, too.
Right. Looks like that's Ivan right there. That is current out of Russia. He's currently running in the third place position.
Ivan's been racing all over the world. He's raced with us in Havasu, raced, of course, in Thailand as well as here in Japan, and he was in Poland last year also. There's the number 10, Mike, and that is, don't think it was on our list here. That could be Igor, maybe. But right now it's the 116, the triple twos, and the 14. So it is 116, Mike, is...
Yeah, so 116 is out in front right now. That is a Khalil Sedini out of Morocco.
Triple twos is going to be Jakarian Nonhong. And the 14 is Ivan Kobolski on the 14.
Number 10 back there in the 4th spot in the PH18. Rounding out your top 5, that's Angelo Ignacio.
And looking for the number 10 here, Mike.
We don't have a 10 on our list right here. And you can see the fans getting excited here.
Well, there's been, from the start, there was a little bit of great action. Luckily, nobody was hurt there. Looked like everybody came back in. There's back to the triple twos there. Jakarian Nonhong out of Thailand, riding for Jet Ski for Rent by Jampul.
I like the gold boat out there.
Stay golden, pony boy.
That's right. That's right. The golden child. That's Jakarin Nunhong, sponsored by Jet Ski for Rent by Jampul.
I'm seeing a shutout for Anton Ignacio. So we'll have to find Anton here, too.
Anton on the PH18. He's currently in 5th spot. Right there he is.
There he is, okay. There he is. Oh, that's
Angelo
Ventus, sorry. 5th. I don't know why I said Ignacio. That's the other one. Great shot there. You can just see that spray as they all come around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
There's a happy man right there. Gotta love our fans. They really get into it.
We have the best fans in racing, no doubt about it. And you'll see that all weekend long here.
If you're not here in person, we got the best fans on Facebook, too, I think.
Yeah, we do. And feel free, those of you folks that are watching in on our Facebook for the World Grand Prix Waterjet World Series, round number 1. Please feel free to chime in. Say hello. Say go to your favorite racer. We'll try to give you a shout out. Things don't get too busy.
I just saw a great shot of Kobolski there as we look now at the number 10. Is that another number on his thing? It looked like a 96, possibly.
We're still trying to figure out who that 4th place rider is, as we don't have him on our list, but it looks like it could have been a borrowed boat, had a different number on the back of his vest there, Dave. I love it when you see the armchair quarterbacks, we call them in football. You know, he's talking about, oh, man, he went like, if he had just spun out right there, yeah.
It's in racing, it's called bench racing.
Bench racing.
See, if you go in the corner like this and you flip it really quick is what he's trying to say.
Right, exactly.
So the 116 still out front is going to be Khalil Sedini. Sedini, not a stranger to us. That's a name we're very familiar with on the world stage for sure. The triple twos there is Jakarian Nonhong followed by Ivan Kabolski on the number 14. Is that the white flag? The white flag is out. One more lap to go. The hallelujah flag has flown.
All right. And Jacqueline Nunhong, you can see he's trying. It looks like there's a lapped rider in between he and the leader, and he wasn't able to get around him right there. With the white flag flying, that's going to slow him up, and that's going to give your leader a lot of breathing room out in front.
Karen didn't need any favors on that one.
Again, today's event sanctioned by the IJSBA. That's the International Jet Sports Boating Association. Special thanks to our good friends from Amazing Thailand. Of course, Thai Airways, Freedom Racing.
Another great shout out to, of course, the JJSA and also the TGSBA, which is all affiliates of the IJSBA.
And there
look
he
at
is.
that. Satini knows he's got it. The fist pump, baby.
I like the graphics package
Flying
on that.
Tiger, baby.
Yeah, I like the graphics package on that as well. That's no baby shark.
No, there's no baby shark for sure.
Do.
The rider from Morocco takes the win.
The madman from Morocco, 116, Sedini, with the victory. And it looks like boat number 222, you can see him pulling in right beside him right there. That's Jacqueline Nonhong out of Thailand, sponsored by Jet Ski for Rent by Jean-Paul. He will end up in second. And I believe in third was Ivan Kabolski, the Russian Express.
The Russian Express.
That's right. He's riding out of Russia, sponsored by G Farek Power Sports of Pattaya, Thailand.
Super nice guy.
All right, well, coming up next, we've got our one-lap slalom, junior 8 to 13 ski, 1100 stock class, run number 1 of 2, and you'll be able to check that out right after these messages.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds. Presented by Freedom Racing.
Everyone has a dream destination that they wish to visit in their lifetime, where you can cross off your travel bucket list and becomes your unforgettable experience. Let your never-ending stories in Thailand inspire the world.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds. Presented by Freedom Racing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Nishinkohama Park here in Osaka City, Japan for round number one. We're getting ready to close things out here with the slalom competition. Dave Arnold, I'll tell you what, been a great day of closed course racing. Now we're going to hand it over to the juniors, the 8 to 13-year-olds.
Yeah, they're going to be out there doing their slalom runs on their Sparks there. And look at these little missiles, these micro. You look like you literally pick them up. We're going to do the skis first, okay?
Yeah, the micro missiles. We got, as I take a look down here, actually.
No skis.
Yeah, well.
Well, they're skis, but they're sit downs.
Yeah, well, we're going back and forth on the program. It said ski, but here on our sheets it says one lap slalom, junior 8 to 13.
11. Oh, you know what it is?
Ski 1100 stock.
Okay. So they're going to be running them on, more than likely, the Yamaha platform.
Gotcha. And then we've got 5 of those, and then we've got 5 more in the 8 to 13-year-old in the Spark Stock class.
It still throws us today when we see 1100. We think 1100 cc's, we think runabout, but now with the 1049 motor, it is under the 1100, falls in that range.
And that's pretty much a Yamaha Superjet class, the new Superjets. And taking a look here, beautiful view of.
This is our first stop here, round number 1, Osaka Grand Prix. Then we're going to move off July 24th through the 27th to Belgium for the second round of the World Grand Prix number 1. And, of course, we're going to finish it off back in Thailand in December from the 17th to the 21st. Please come join us at any of these rounds. You will not be disappointed.
I'll tell you what, yeah, it seems like fireworks, great food, and fun times to be had everywhere that we go here in Osaka City. Belgium is going to be off the chain. And, of course, the Thailand Grand Prix, that's happening December 17th through the 21st this year. Make sure you make plans to be in Thailand.
And you got to go to the Chonburi province. You're going to check out lots of great things. I got to take you to the Sanctuary of Truth there in Thailand at Pattaya. The world's largest wooden structure. So a lot of credible things to be seen and had in Thailand.
That's for sure. As we take a look down here and our riders getting set to go. Now, this is kind of, they call it the slalom, but it's kind of like a fast lap.
One fast lap. You're right.
Exactly. So what they'll do is the riders will start. You can see where the flag stand is right there on the left side of our screen and the 2 checkered buoys. They'll start on the far left-hand side of that and get up to speed, and as soon as they cross through those 2 buoys, they'll be on the clock.
Yep.
And they'll make 1 complete lap. Lap times, I believe, normally here with the 8 to 13-year-old juniors, I'm going to guess probably right around 115 to 125. That's kind of a guesstimate right there.
I'm going 105.
You're going 105? Well, we'll see. We'll see just how fast these juniors are.
Let's make a deal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I see names like Kiriashi down here, so we got some fast folks down there.
You know who that is.
That's Yuki.
And Benji's girl. That's awesome.
Yep, Lynn Francois Kiriashi. I believe she may be, the first one to go, and she comes to us out of Belgium. You got Nacha Pass, Surasan out of Thailand, and then you got Fadernan Batsanji out of Thailand, and then Faboden Supkrasert out of Thailand, and then Pirachakorn. We're just going to leave it at Pirachakorn, also out of Thailand.
What you said. Well, they're doing the setup still here. It was great seeing those little riders they were talking about, the setup and where they're going to be going around. It's like watching the big pro racers watch it unfold. As you can see our rescue folks coming in there. You can see the timing set up there right in front of the tower. That will set them on a timer. So it looks like first will be Lynn Francois Kiriashi. Unless they drew positions, that's right. That's sure. We're just going by what our list says. We've been known to be wrong before by our paperwork.
That's right. Everything that you hear from us is unofficial.
And that's official.
We're calling it as we see it. Still trying to get some official results that we can go through and let everybody know about. And we have, I believe, somebody working on that so we can go and kind of tell you, a little recap of what happened today in between these slalom runs.
I know our little buddy Nut's working on that right now working with the JJSA. You see the timing up there in the tower. Hopefully we'll get a timer up in the corner there to watch how this is going to unfold here. So just a few more minutes as they're testing out the light system to get that all tuned up.
It looks like we may have some late entries as well that we don't have up here, so we're going to call it as best we can here, folks.
Well, I think it's pretty cool if they get more kids in there. That's great. This is a great to learn their lines. I mean, it's something new that we've been doing for a couple of years, and hasn't quite picked up in the United States yet, but we've been seeing it on the World Grand Prix Tour, and I'm liking it. Kind of lets these kids be their individual star. They're on the track by themselves. All eyes are them.
Well, it's nice that they dropped the age limit down to 8 years old. They did that same thing in the United States.
Yes.
We just had our first one at the AJSA series in Gunnersville, Alabama, where they allowed 8-year-olds in. So once again, just standing by here, waiting on our one-lap slalom competition. Again, going to start with the 8 to 13-year-old 1100 ski stock class. Great shot there of the landscape here in Osaka City, Japan. That big roller coaster, or I'm sorry, the big Ferris wheel there. I really want to hit that. You know, we were looking at it close up last night, and it's kind of like the Orlando Eye or the London Eye. You know, where it's actually got like a carriage that's all encased. And, you know, you can hang out with a bunch of friends in there and pretty much go to the top of Osaka.
Yeah, that's right. It's right there at the Rinku station. They got a lot of great outlet malls over there.
While we're waiting, again, I'd like to say a special thanks to the Sports Authority of Thailand, as well as Amazing Thailand, Thai Airways, Freedom Racing, the National Sports Development Fund. Special thanks to Tone Tools, Quakey Sense, Jet Tribe, Jet Pilot, the CZ Company, Bell Factory, ETS Racing Fuels, as well as World Jet Sports Magazine. And this all sanctioned by the IJSBA.
Of course, Boone Freestyle and Jet Tribe also a big part of this.
Our manufacturer members, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and Sea-Doo. A lot of folks coming together for this one here.
Well, you know, a great thing about being here is the World Expo going on in Osaka for 2025. It's going to run all summer long here. So hopefully some folks can get over here and enjoy what's going on. I'm going to try and check it out a little bit next week and go downtown Osaka.
Well, you know, one of my favorite things about the World Grand Prix #1 Waterjet World Series is the fact that they go to these vacation destinations, you know. Like I say, you know, this year we're in Osaka City for the opening round. We're going to Belgium. Lots of things to do over there. Lots of history over there at the Belgium event, yes. You know, and of course ending up in Pattaya.
Here's something very important that was brought up to us that talking to Jimmy and Wilson, of course, Sophie, she said, you know, this would have been a great place to bring the kids.
Yeah.
Here, as well as Belgium. So it's not just a regular destination, it's a family destination.
And Belgium, again, is supposed to be at a resort area, kind of more of a country race.
Yes.
You know, whereas Osaka, obviously, a city race. And when we're in Jomtien Beach over in Pattaya, you know, pretty much a big city atmosphere. But, you know, they have a resort atmosphere, you know, kind of mixed in there.
It's a beach town.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's all good.
Love it. The Davari Hotel, or Host Hotel there in Thailand, man, I'll tell you, there's not a bad room in that place for sure.
I'll tell you, not a bad view. That's for sure, man.
All looks out over the bay there.
Yeah, the Gulf of Thailand.
Gulf of Thailand.
So once again, we're just standing by, waiting on something to happen, and it looks like the captain, 525, will be going first, and that's Phabodin Sukprasert out of Thailand. Sponsored by Eon 244 D2 Motorsport.
All right, looks like he's getting set up here for the run.
So 5 riders in the 813 ski 1100 stock, and then we're going to switch pages, and we'll go with our Spark division.
Digging that wrap on that machine, man. I'll tell you, that kid's got some style. And I can read his number really good, too. I like that.
D2 Motorsports, one of his sponsors, again. Looks like he has looks like an RRP hull, or I mean a handle pole, where it's adjustable. And, you know, for these juniors out there, they really need those adjustable handle poles.
You can shorten them up there, get them a little bit lower.
All right, here we go with the first run from Foboden, and he will set the bar.
I believe that is a stock pole on there that is adjustable that comes with those Yamahas now, reminiscent of the RRP poles that Rick Roy invented.
Yep. That was where I was going with that.
Yeah. Yamaha was smart to adapt that. Look at this kid, man. He's looking smooth. He's got this feet switching. Throwing that, keeping the elbows up. That's what I really like seeing the style. Elbows up, just like in motocross. The sport's very reminiscent of riding motorcycles in the dirt, keeping the elbows up.
Taking a look at the time right now as he works that track out there. 45 seconds into it.
Yeah, you might be right on the time there, Mike.
So it looks like he's working down the back straightaway. And again, things have kind of calmed down here. Only one rider at a time, and I've just heard our public address announcer let everybody know that stay off the water while the juniors are out there.
Keep it smooth.
Not fair to the juniors. They were nice when you were out there. Be nice to them, too.
Foboden, I'll tell you, look at him. He's got a little attitude. I like that picture of him there. Got to have a little confidence to do what you're doing.
You're watching Foboden Sukprasert out of Thailand. And we're just about 1:30 into it. And the final time, as he gets ready to come through the start-finish line, 1:43.39.
Looking good there. That's the one that marked the set. Everybody else knows what to shoot for now.
Good job there by the D2 Motorsports rider. And here comes boat number 959. And that's going to be That Taharnan, but Sanjdi. Okay, so 143.39 is what he needs to beat. PB. Fataranan. And again, once he goes through the start-finish line, he'll be on the clock. Again, another one of our Thai riders. Got 4 Thai riders and 1 rider from Belgium. And here we go again. You want to be as fast as you can right there as you go through that start-finish line.
He looked like he was already leaning that thing to get in that left-hand turn there. Keeping low in the tray. That's where you get that center of gravity. You see he'll stand up a little bit. Then every turn, he'll lower down. Get that elbow to the water. You're pointing it down there. Around the doubles. Sweeping them there. Once again, the yellow buoys are right. The red, or orange in this case, left. Or reddish orange.
So do you got any guesses on the time, Dave?
1:42.36.
I don't know. I'm thinking he's going to come closer to a 1:36.
Ooh. He is on the move, though.
I think he's looking a little quicker.
He's through the outside splits now.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a little bit quicker, probably closer to the 120s.
I think he might be right on that one. He did have a good run through the lights, that's for sure, or through the timer. We're at 1:11, 1:12 now. Sweeping around.
Fataranan. What's he going to get? Handful of throttle down. Whoa. One more buoy to negotiate. Actually, that sweeper, 2 buoys, 2 reds, and down the front straightaway.
Oh,
131.29, not too bad. So 131.29, that's going to put Fataranan into the lead. And Foboden back there in second. So did about just about 12 seconds better than our first rider. And we'll let you know who we got up coming up next. Obviously, they drew for position, not in the same order.
That is correct.
So we don't have an order up here. And it might be Kariashi. Well, let me see here. Yep, Kariashi going next. I seen Yuki up there with the phone,
Yes.
getting ready to.
I love that story of my life.
Yeah, jet skiing, that's for sure, with
Well, that family has lived it.
Yeah, Benji's her dad, Yuki's her mom.
Yuki, an incredible racer in her own right over the years, originally from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Now making her home in, was it Belgium?
Belgium, yep. We'll be coming to their hometown
Yes,
next.
I'm very excited to see them over there.
And I believe this is our only female here that's in this class, and here we go.
Well, if she's anything like Mom, she's going to be quick.
Well, I'll guarantee you this girl's going to be quick. And you can look at the leg switch right there.
Yeah.
She's like in the attack stance.
Oh, yeah, and look how wide the stance is, too. Getting that foot all the way up against the front of the tray, getting to the back of the tray there. Good leg switch there.
And
keeping her stance wide for stability.
Mom's giving her all kind of pointers, and you see the switch foot riding style there.
I think her dad put all the good handling parts on there, too.
Right, a 131.29 is what she needs to beat. And again, the only female competing here in the 8 to 13-year-old 1100 stock class.
It looked like it slowed down a little bit for her there. I don't know where the clock went. I was hoping to see so we can kind of keep it on where she's at time-wise.
Yeah, hopefully we can get that clock back up on the right-hand side.
That'll give us a good indication of what she'll finish at. Oh, look at her. You just got a fistful of throttle there.
Yeah, working her way down that back straightaway. There we go. We got the clock back up, and we're currently just under a minute 10.
Oh, no, she got lost a little bit there and had to slow down, went a little wide.
Shouldn't hurt her too bad, though. Again, 131.29 is first place, 143.39 in second place right now in this class.
Look at her getting low there. And it's got those elbows up. So I always look in the riding style there. You see the elbows, keeping them up. You go into the turn, you kind of point it down. Yeah, I think a little wide there. I know she's probably beating herself up there because she had such a good pace going, too.
You got to remember, these kids are 8 to 13 years old. You got, several thousand people watching on, and they're the only one out there on the track. So it's got to be a little nerve-wracking.
157.95.
All right, so that's going to put her into third place for the time being. 131.29 by Federnan, who is your current leader, and you can see she's riding up to Benji right now.
Don't run into the rocks.
Don't hurt that hull.
Because I just put a new impeller in that. A good job of that young lady, Lynn Francois Kiriashi. I like the paint job on her helmet. That's pretty tight.
He's going to talk to Mama.
There's Mom.
Yuki Kiriashi Francois, former women's ski world champion.
Yes, she is, or was. Still holds it, actually. He's always have that title.
It looks like this rider here is also going to be
riding her ski. It's a Lona ski.
Yeah, so I'm not sure who it is, though.
It's one of two riders. We got a 50-50 guess.
I'm going to say it's Nachapas. But we should be able to tell by the process of elimination, and we apologize to those of you who are watching in at home. We don't have the info on the number switch here.
Oh, he's got a good pace. He got low in that tray. He's switching. Elbows up here. That ski is just literally flying. It's great to see her. It comes out, gets right down in the water again, gets hook up. I bet you there's some B&J products on there.
I would imagine so. Yes. Oh, that's Nachapas. Okay.
Nachapas.
He was supposed to be on boat number 55, now on boat number 9. And thanks to our awesome TV crew.
They figured it out.
So it's Nachapas.
We're going to check his IDs. You sure he's 8?
He only looks 7.5.
He looks 7.5 to me, exactly.
He's got a good run going.
Yeah, he does. He's got a good run for sure.
Already
turn at 108.
Already working the split on the outside section. Needs to beat a 131.29. Nachapas Sriswan. And he is out of Thailand. Well, I'll tell you what, Thailand really producing a lot of great racers.
Well, they've got such a great development program over there.
138.76. That's going to be good enough for second place right now. So 131.29 by Ferdinand is he's your race leader, or here's your Slalom leader, I should say. Nachapas Sriswan with a 138.76, and Foboden Sukprasert with a 143.39. Those are your top three with, I believe, one more left to go.
That's right. It's going to be Pirachacha Torn, Damri Mas Has Awan.
Now number 55 is...
I'm confused. It says Spain on the back of his shirt.
All right.
Jersey.
818. So I believe this is actually Pirachacorn, because you see the 818 on the side of the boat and it's X'd out. So now using number 55, which was Nachapas's boat, but they're both buddies from Thailand. I'm sure they play in the same sand pit together.
I'm going to go with that.
Look at this. This guy's on the gas. Holy smokes.
Talk about full throttle action.
Right. And I mean, he's got to weigh about 60 pounds soaking wet.
I just want to know, is there a remote control set up on that kid or what?
I don't know. Pirachacorn. Pirachacorn is his first name. Damran Ma Hasawad is his last name. I'll say that 5 times fast.
And he rides for Yamaha Hero Jet Bangkok.
He's got a pretty good run going here. Again, 131.29 is what he needs to beat.
He needs to be about 106 at that turn, or I'm going to say 105 at the turn.
All right, maybe we'll get that clock back up there. We'll let you know exactly where he's at as compared to the rest of the riders. Once again, a 131.29 by
a little wide on that one. That's been a problem there.
Yeah, that's the same one that Lynn went wide on just a little earlier. It's a enter at split section over on the far left-hand side of the track. Still looking for that clock. Hopefully we get that clock up there.
It says Spain 55.
Yeah, so obviously it's borrowed property. Had the 808 on it.
Wonder if Spain is the nickname of this rider.
And here he comes down the front straightaway. He had a great run, but unfortunately we don't know the time.
144.
Oh.
Puts him in third, though.
A 140.40. So congratulations there. Making it into the top three. Pirachacorn, Damran Masawad out of Thailand. So again, your top three is...
wait a minute. He's got 55 on the back of his jersey. I am so confused.
Yeah, but he had 818. All right, those are our 5 riders there in the junior 8 to 13 ski 1100 stock class. It looked like Ferdinand with a 131.29, a 138.76 for Nachapas Sriswan, and a 140.40 for Pirachacorn, Damran Masawad. And that's the way that it is.
All right, we're going to be moving up here to the 8 to 13-year-old Spark Stock class. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
All right, folks, welcome back to the World Grand Prix #1, Waterjet World Series. And I'm not sure, that it looks like they may have just let somebody go back out there and take another run from that last class. After.
Oh, maybe they're running 2 runs here, because that's Lynn again. Well, it looks like there's 2 runs possibly for these. Oh, no, I think she's just taking the boat over to the ramp.
You can see all the different country flags that are represented here this weekend. Again, folks coming from far and wide to descend upon Osaka for round #1 of the Waterjet World Series. Again, coming up next, we should have our junior 8 to 13-year-old Spark Stock class. As we take a look at staging, and looks like the junior's getting some last-minute instruction down there. Again, I'd like to say a special thanks to the Japan Jet Sports Association, partnering with us here as they have their series going on the same time here as the World Grand Prix #1. We appreciate all the folks here for rolling out that proverbial red carpet for us. So I'm not sure. We may be doing 2 runs here for these juniors. Just one? Okay, so it looks like we are going into the runabouts. I think that they're just explaining to the Ski 1100 riders what positions that they came in. And I'm not sure, when we came back from the break, we seen a 1:35 time. Not quite sure what that was about, but that was boat number 55 that had the 1:35 run. But I'm not sure if that was a late entry because we don't have any communication with what's going on down there with our stager. So we're just doing the best we can with what we got up here, folks.
I second that motion. Yeah, I just went and took a look there. It looks like all the stand-ups have gone over the ramp, and now it's just the sparks in the water. So it's time for the kids to go make the run here. And they're getting their final instructions.
So we should have Nachapas Srisuwan, Sirawad, Minharafi Saruman. And then you got 917, Kenapan, Pechawang, Faboden, Soup Krasert. And then you got Prachatakorn, Damrong Hassanwad.
And it looks like there's only 3 boats down there, so they might be sharing again.
Sharing is caring.
Teaching these young kids valuable lessons to share.
All right, got somebody saying go number 818 Thailand. So we got some Pirachatakorn. Yeah, Pirachatakorn fans out there.
Well, if you're out there watching and enjoying the broadcast, send us some stars. Let us know. We're trying to get 5,000 stars here on the broadcast. So let us know a little love. Looks like one of the same riders that was in the stand-up division is going to be running in the Spark class here.
I believe that was Nachapas Srisuwan.
The 55?
Yep.
Double nickel?
The double nickel.
I mean, these kids are so young, it looks like you literally pick them up and put them in your pocket.
The 717 ready to go.
You see the 777 jumbo tuner on the side of that, too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, can't miss that. Talk about the different teams down here. You got 5 different teams here in the junior Spark class. Kids are 8 to 13 years of age. From Thailand, you got the Rama 2 Jet Ski Club. From Thailand, you got the 777 Performance by Jumbo Tuner. Also from Thailand, you got the Jet Ski for Rent by John Pool. And then Faboden from Thailand has got the D2 Motorsports machine. And then Pirachatakorn from Thailand is sponsored by Yamaha Hero Jet Bangkok. As we await the start here for, again, this is the one-lap slalom challenge here. Spark Division, 8 to 13 years old, stock class.
And it looks like the first rider getting set up here. So just waiting on a name in the first rider that's going to go across. I'm probably going to have some borrowed property going on again. Mike's brushing up on his Japanese right now.
Sayonara.
That will be soon, my friend. And it looks like the 717's off the run first here. Sarah Wood.
Yep, and that's the one that was sponsored by 77 Performance by Jumbo Tuner out of Thailand. Just as a reminder for those of you who may be listening in, the race will start tomorrow at 8:10. We'll have practice beginning at 7:30 a.m. Probably taking a break right around noon, lunchtime. As we look on here to Sirawad. Now, we should see some faster times here, Dave. I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, they should probably be in the 120s, I'm thinking.
Now, these are what, the 900 Sparks?
Yep.
900 cc's. They are run about a little bit quicker for sure.
Minhiri Siraman, out there on the water right now.
Series 01 has definitely got a good pace going, but it's always tough being the first one to set the time.
Goes a little wide on that turn. We were talking about that turn.
Yeah.
That's the turn at the end of the back straightaway where they actually have to come back in to the closed course and make their decision. That's actually the MasterCard buoy that they're going past. And we've seen a lot of our young riders just not let off the gas. They were going to that big Ferris wheel.
Well, you got to sweep them. You got to sweep them. Here we go. It's going to be a sub 130. Yes, it is. 128.30. Yeah, you want to roll through those turns. You got to be smooth. You don't want to go right at. You don't want to turn. You don't want to scrub speed off. You got to be smooth is fast, slower is faster. They always say, and that's an oxymoron, but it is so true.
So once again, Sirawad with a 128.30. So he has set the pace here. We'll let you know who's coming up next in just a moment. As it looks like our next rider getting set to come out.
Quite the festive wrap on that, Spark.
I got the matching Jet Pilot wetsuit. Jet Pilot down in the pits with us here this weekend. Now, I don't see a number yet there.
Shark skin on the side of that thing. It's got the red, green, and red.
Yeah, it looked like he was powered by Solus props as well.
Solus, of course, I believe a choice a lot. They make a great setup for the Sparks, I'll tell you.
Yeah, they're here with us in Performance Alley.
Yes,
I'll tell you what, Performance Alley is huge this year for those of you folks that may be listening in at home.
It's the 818 there. Pirachatorn.
Pirachatorn, let's see what he's got for us. Last name, Damrong Hassanwad. By the way, big shout out to Arisa Min, who is cheering on Sirawad, who just posted at 128.30. So let's see what the 818's got for us. All five riders here in the one-lap slalom junior 8 to 13 Spark class are all from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
And you can see the moms looking on up in the top left-hand side.
Pirachatorn still on a good pace here. He's already through the left side of the track, through the slaloms coming around now.
128.30 is the magic number.
It looks like a
He looks like a,
bobble.
it looks like a bobblehead out there. It's just bobbling one side.
I mean, that
or the other.
helmet is literally as big as his body.
He's got the Italian paint job going on out here.
Or the Mexican flag, whenever you want to look at it.
Yeah, okay. 128 is what he needed to beat. Oh, and a 130, 135.
Still a good time from Pirachatorn.
All right, nice ride there.
This is a sharp-looking Spark, I got to tell you.
Yeah, that is awesome graphics package.
I love it because you can identify the riders from other riders when you stand out. That's what I always say. For us as being announcers and TV guys, we want to be able to notice them, and we're talking about them.
Right, exactly. You know, if we know who you are, and see a lot of times, like see where his numbers are right there underneath.
That's tough, though.
Yeah, it's underneath that the bond rail.
But the problem is the Spark. I think it should go up in this area there, which would be up near below the handlebars.
Right, and on the front of the ski and on the back of the vest. Anything to help out your spectator-friendly announcers.
Yes.
And we got one of Ting's fans out there. That's not a pun. Saying Ting 818. Ting with a that must be Pirachatorn's nickname, Ting.
Thank you very much.
131.35 currently sits in second. And I'm not sure who this is right here. But he's going to be on Ting's boat. See, we almost seen something on the back of the vest there. Seen the name. So once again, we got a couple of the youngsters riding on borrowed property out there. I'm sure we'll get some help from our camera crew. We can let you know who this is. So this is Nacha Pass right here.
Sri Swan.
Yeah, and he's sponsored by the Rama 2 Jet Ski Club out of Thailand.
He's on borrowed property once again.
And
Yeah,
he has to stand up.
Yes.
He can't sit down.
His feet doesn't even touch. I don't think he can stand up much.
It's so awesome to watch these youngsters, though, you know, I mean, and it's so great. And I like the
how
fact
well they handle these things.
I like the fact that personal watercraft racing, after all these years, is finally taken after motocross.
Thank you.
Because, you know, it used to be that you couldn't ride in a race and unless you were 16 years old. First it was 18, then they moved it down to 16. But you got to figure when you're racing motocross, you're starting at 4, 5, 6 years old.
That's exactly right.
And see, the thing is you got to have these kids get involved and get their time invested before they find something else to do.
Yeah, and it keeps them busy, keeps them out of trouble. That's what I love. But the other thing is it makes them better riders down the road, too.
Nacha Pass, Sri Sawan at the 1 minute mark. 1:28.30 is the best time so far from Sirawad. A 1:31.35 from Ting, a.k.a. Pirachadorn.
Nachapas with a good time as he made that turn around through the MasterCard buoys on the far left hand, making their way through the slalom section here. Once again, Nachapas, Sri Swan.
And here we go down the front straightaway. Looks like he's going to end up in third place. Let's see what his time is. A 1:37 change. 1:37.90.
That's going to put him in third place there, Mike. Sweetswood, Pirachadorn still in second, and Nachapas in third.
So we still got Kenapan and Foboden. 2 more riders left to go in this one. And once again, we've seen 3 boats down there, 5 riders, so there's a lot of borrowed stuff going on down there. And that's what you got to love, you know, the kids. Hey, you use my ski, and, you know, it doesn't matter who wins. You know, we're going out tonight, and we're going to go to the arcade either way.
Foboden Swoop Pursuit is going to be coming up next here.
Foboden sponsored by D2 Motorsports.
Getting a little lubrication for his knees there to move. that seat gets a little sticky there, and he probably wants a little bit of slide there so he can move his legs around, trying to position his weight on the ski.
All right, here we go.
Oh, he's got a good run going already. He's on the gas. We saw Foboden in the stand-up division.
Yeah, took a fourth in that first run in the stand-up division. That's your rider with attitude right there, Dave.
He's like, what? What you got?
What you talking about, Willis?
You gotta be a little cocky to be a racer. You know, you can't be timid.
Right, exactly.
You gotta throw that little verbato.
The Eric Lagopoulos School of Jet Ski Racing, right? You gotta be a little cocky.
All right. There he goes down the back straight. Going to hit those MasterCard buoys.
He took it a little bit tighter than a couple of the other riders.
A little bit smoother.
He'll save a little bit of time there. 1:28.30 is what he needs to take the lead.
Well, you know what's smart, Mike?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
You get that first run out of the way, you think you got it dialed in. You saw him correct, but they're a little mistake. Still on a good run here. 2 turns.
Yeah, he's got 2 turns to go. Now headed to that sweeper. And he's got a good chance to make it at least into the top 3. And let's see, possibly to take the lead.
Oh, he's got a great time.
Oh, so close.
Oh, my goodness. Literally just under a second separates him from first place. So
wow.
129.24 for Foboden.
129.24. Yeah, less than a second.
Less than a second.
Less than a second. 128.
Just a skosh under a second.
128.30 by Sirawad, who was our first competitor. One more competitor to go here before we call it a day.
Coming up.
Waterjet World Series, round number 1. Glad everybody could join us this afternoon.
Day number 2 of racing here of 4.
Yeah, tomorrow going to get started a little bit early. I believe the live feed is going to begin right around 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, Osaka City time. And here we go, boat number 917, Canapon, Pechawang. And looks like he's done this once or twice. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Yeah,
he's got the formula.
Boy, he was coming in hot. Canapon Pechawang, again out of Thailand. Needs to beat a 128.30. And he is on pace to do that right now. Let's see if he can make it happen, Captain.
Yeah, he definitely carried a lot of speed through those turns there. He's looking good.
Oh!
Boy, oh boy, that just took him around. Boy, I don't know if he's shaking his head or it's shaking him.
I don't know
which one's shaking.
Well, I think that he's just not letting off the gas, and that's causing his head to shake. He wants to win on this one. And Canapon at the MasterCard buoy makes the turn and into that outside split. Only at just under a minute. Needs beat a minute 28.30. Oh, he slides out just a little bit over there. Oh, and you can see him shaking his head, completely disappointed. And I think he was on pace to actually take that win.
He just knows. It's just like, all right, I'm just going to get this over with. He's still such a good run. He's still got a good time.
Yeah, he's still going to have a great time.
Oh, my.
It's going to be close.
Oh! Wow. Was it 129.24 to a 129.71? A little over 0.3 of a seconds there. Man.
Yeah, my, oh, my. He made that one exciting, though. I mean, for the last run of the day, he definitely made it exciting.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry, you did a great job.
That's right.
Awesome.
And then, I believe they're probably going to run him again this week at some point. So a great job there. And, Dave, I'll tell you, it's been a great day number 2 here at the World Grand Prix number 1, Waterjet World Series.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the racing this weekend. It's going to be incredible. We will make sure that everybody joins us tomorrow bright and early. First racing, we got a couple of practices in the morning, but we'll be going by, 8?
Yeah, we should be going by about 8 o'clock in the morning, getting fired up. Again, special thanks to everybody listening in here on the live stream. We sure do appreciate it. We'll be back with you here tomorrow. A nice look there before we leave from Osaka City, Japan. We're hanging out at Nishinkahama Park.
And we'll definitely see you tomorrow on the water.
And right now, we're going to leave you with these messages. My name's Mike Young for Dave Arnold. So long, folks. We'll see you in the pits.
Everyone has a dream destination that they wish to visit in their lifetime, where you can cross off your travel bucket list and becomes your unforgettable experience. Let your never-ending stories in Thailand inspire the world.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds. Presented by Freedom Racing.